What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the conversation today. Feeling a lot better today. Sorry I missed the show Saturday and had to reschedule it and everything else, but we got a lot to talk about. We got World Cup going on. We got crazy amount of transfers being linked right now to all sorts of different clubs. Real Madrid is moving absolute madness right now. You know, um, we got hella talks. There's even talks that we may even get lucky and make sure that Martin Odegaard can get sold. So a lot of craziness talking about as far as with Arsenal. Napoli transfers are a massive talking point right now, but there's a lot of stuff going on as far as everything with links. Big up Quaja. Appreciate you stopping by. I'll put the link in the chat right now. Anybody who wants to hop on is welcome to hop on for it. Big up Niak. Yeah, it's been a little bit of a break away from everything, but yeah. I'm not too hooked on that, Chike. I haven't even been really paying attention for the NBA draft like that, to be honest with you. I've been more so focused on what's been going on over here in the football world and everything else, especially considering how crazy the United States is actually playing well, because I'm shocked about that. If I'm being quite honest with everybody. But everybody, Chike, if you want to hop on, Quaja, you're welcome to hop on. But let's talk some transfers right now. Obviously, the big talking points of what's been going on is Sandro Tonali, this Zolis, Barcola, Monga, and now I saw today that Somerville is linked with us. There's even been some rumors of maybe even Marcus Rashford. Listen, I don't want Rashford at all at Arsenal, if I'm being quite honest with you. What's going on, brother?
My man, great to see you. I'm very happy that you're doing better now. And Knicks in 5, Knicks in 5, Knicks in 5.
Yeah, and the parade looked lit. The parade and
Yeah,
everything looked lit. So, yeah, I was. You know what, man? It's cool to finally see the Knicks fucking win. I don't hate the Knicks like I do other teams, so I'm cool. I'm cool with the Knicks winning. Plus, like I said, it's the mecca of basketball, so you would like to see New York at least be consistent, whatnot. It's better for the NBA for like that. But
100%.
what have you made? You and me, and even Taryn, we were all very judgmental on this USA team. I've been pleasantly surprised on how they've been playing. I will say this. I'm not hearing nothing about Christian Pulisic being the best American player, because for me, by far, the best American player is this fucking Malik Tillman.
Oh, he's a baller.
This guy is fucking unbelievable. I thought I would never see the day to where I could watch an American player actually dictate the pace of a game. This guy is fucking head and shoulders better than anything I've ever seen come out of this country. I don't give a fuck. Did you see this stupid shit?
Oh, jeez.
Landon Donovan was interviewed.
Why do we have to go here?
Landon, because it's funny. Landon, it's funny because he made a good point, but then ruined it because he made it about himself again, like he always does. So I don't know if you follow this guy, the Herd.
Yes, Colin Cowherd.
He's a fucking idiot.
He is.
So Colin Cowherd. So he's interviewing Donovan, and Donovan obviously talks about the problem with the pay-to-play system with the youth because of how much people automatically can't play football in this country over here because of how much it costs to actually afford to be able to play and everything else. Big up, Macy, man. Long time no see, Macy.
Big up, Macy.
Good to see you.
Nice Arsenal hat, brother.
Yeah.
I love the
it was funny. It was funny with Landon Donovan. He was talking about how the pay-to-play system for the youth in America needs to change because of the best talent gets lost. And then Donovan was like, well, if the pay-to-play system was like how it was now back then, I would have been able to play. Look how many goals I scored for the U.S. and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, brother, Donovan, you're not even top 5 best American players. I'm sorry. You may not even be top 10. You're just a stat stuffer. You weren't that freaking good.
Like, you suck.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you ain't better than Clint Dempsey. You ain't better than Tim Howard. You damn sure ain't. Listen, this kid's career is not even over, and I still think this Malik Tillman's better than fucking Landon Donovan.
Easily. That's not even a debate. He's not better than Jermaine Jones. He's not better than
Maurice. No, he ain't better than Jermaine Jones.
Even Maurice Edu.
He's not better than Kobe Jones.
No, I forgot about Kobe
And
Jones.
he's not better than shit. I can't believe I'm forgetting the guy's
Brad
name.
Guzan or Brad Friedel and Brad Guzman.
Brad Friedel. Guzan was
Richardson.
Brad Friedel's definitely better than him. No, who was trying to remember the other American player. Oh, Claudio Reyna. Claudio Reyna. He's not.
Yes, Claudio Reyna.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Gio Reyna's like
Gio Reyna's father.
Gio Reyna's,
Gio Reyna's,
Gio Reyna's
father.
Yeah, he ain't better.
Right.
He ain't better than him. So it's like,
No.
you know, I like the fact that he actually pointed out that that's part of the problem. But then it went sour for me that he tried to make it about himself and that he's so great and blah 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 and all this shit. But beyond that, I've been pleasantly surprised with the U.S. men's national team. And I'll be honest with you. Turkey is the flop of the tournament right now.
Oh,
that is absolutely embarrassing. I don't know how the hell how you have that much talent. First of all, I was rooting for Turkey also because I like Montella. Montella's Neapolitan, for those who don't know. Great big time goal scorer in the old Serie A back in the day with Roma. You know, the first game against Australia, I thought he got it completely wrong with the lineup because I was like, if you know you're going to have possession, why are you putting Kokshu as a number 10 and rather not next to Çalhanoğlu and then just go full force with your guys? Now, the one thing I will say about Turkey, this is why I said I do not want Kenan Yıldız at Arsenal, because Yıldız did not show up when it mattered for Juventus, and he did not matter at the big stage either. So for me, he's not somebody that I would be looking at for Arsenal, especially not for no $100 million.
But the market is horrible, Gianni. But that's a.
He's not horrible. He is a good player. He has
$100 million?
Not for $100 million.
No.
If you said Yıldız for 40, I hear it.
Fine. Yeah.
If you say Yıldız for 40, I hear it because he's done it. He's been good for 2 years in the Serie A. However, like I said, when it came down to crunch time for Juventus, he didn't show up. He did not show up one bit. He didn't show up in the Champions League like that. He had a couple moments, but like the consistent points needed that you needed for Juventus to stay in Champions League did not show up at all. Did not show up at all. And then you have this situation. He's not worth it. But overall with this World Cup, I'll be honest with you, I think the United States for me is the biggest shock of the tournament because I did not think they were going to be this good.
I did not
think they were going to be this good. I thought we were going to struggle with Paraguay. I said if we're lucky, we'll get 2-1. I did not see us get the shit out of them. I didn't. Well, I didn't know this. Paraguay only gave up like 7 goals. The whole
they only
qualifying in South America.
They conceded. I think they conceded a grand total of 10 goals to Argentina, Brazil, Colombia. Like them in qualifying, they were really good in qualifying.
They were really good.
I didn't watch South America qualifying, but I heard from a bunch of people and yourself included that they were really good in qualifying. They just shit the bed in this world.
And so I was thinking, if they got a good defense, they're going to give us a little bit of a problem with that because again, I'm looking at it from the perspective of Pulisic did not have a good season at AC Milan. No. Plus, he was banged up with injuries. I was never a believer in the other kid in the midfield. I like Tyler Adams. I think Tyler Adams is a very good player. I think he's a very underrated player as well. I know about Malik Tillman. I've never been sold on Weston McKennie.
I've never rated Weston McKennie.
Yeah, I've never been sold on Weston McKennie like that. McKinney's one of those guys where he's like a Kai Havertz. He goes on a couple match where he's good for like 8 to 10 weeks, and then he disappears the rest of the time. Yeah. And like McKennie, for me, I think McKennie, Tyler Adams, Balogun, Tillman have been the best players for the United States, and Anthony Robinson.
Agreed.
I will say this: that Serginho Dest is a fucking bum. He should not be starting for this team.
I'm surprised that Sergiano Dest is Dutch, but he chose to represent the United States national team. Gianni,
is he actually Dutch?
I think he was
another Army brat.
Yeah,
he's an Army brat, just like Tillman is. Tillman's an Army brat. He was born on a German base. He wasn't born in the United States, unless I'm mistaken. Tillman is not originally from the States. He's from Germany. But
Yeah,
like
wow.
Dest, I get it because Dest was never going to play for the Dest would have never played for the Dutch team. He would have
Sure.
never made it on the Dutch team. He
Yeah.
came. See what blows my mind with Dest. The game against Australia, he looked terrible. Couldn't make passes to save his ass. Like everyone, look at the crossover, bro. He did a crossover and lost the ball. The fuck am I impressed by that for?
Yeah.
And then the game against Paraguay, he had 2 opportunities in the box where his first touch, the ball rolled. Like people talk shit about Lukaku's first touch. Dest ain't much better.
Dest's
So,
first
like-
touch is literally freaking Jeffrey Dahmer. It's horrible.
Brother, for me, you should be starting Timothy Weah on the right-hand side over
Oh, you have
Serginho
to.
Dest.
Yeah,
Serginho
but
Dest
is
is dogs.
Pochettino gonna do it? It's just the problem is Pochettino's the coach and he makes the decisions for the United States national team. So
Yeah.
Well,
it's gonna be hard to trust him.
this is my thing. Now that the U.S. has won the group, which I did not, I didn't expect that.
I thought this was going to be
entire
Turkey by a
lifetime.
mile.
I never thought that Cape Verde would surprise us either because they drew with Spain and then earlier they drew with Uruguay. So I wasn't
Yeah.
expecting Cape Verde.
That was a good game too. That
That
Uruguay
was a
Cape
good
Verde
game,
game was
and
actually a good game.
I need to say this about Uruguay. Spain are gonna pack them. Like I'm terribly sorry. Uruguay just ain't.
Uruguay
I
are
don't
just
know.
not.
Well,
They're.
I think it's
horrible.
going to depend on these injuries.
Yeah,
For what, for
Uruguay.
Uruguay?
The only player
Oh,
that's
Spain.
the only player
Oh,
that's
yeah,
doing
because
that is
now-
trying his hardest to carry the team is Valverde. In my
Yeah.
book, he's the only
Yeah.
player that is carrying
Yes.
Uruguay. The rest of them, they just don't care. Ugarte, like, what does he do? I'm
No,
telling
he's
you,
shit.
he's
No,
terrible.
you know what,
He's
Mason?
horrible.
You don't think that left back from Sporting Lisbon that gave us problems has been playing good? I think that Araujo's been playing good too.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
you're right.
Rahio. He's
I
actually
think,
a
I
decent
think
Yeah,
player.
Araujo,
that's
I think
right.
Araujo and Valverde are the only 2 players
Yeah,
that are
they're
worth
the
anything
only
in
2 that
Uruguay.
they're just playing with with freedom. Like they wanna get Uruguay to victory, but the rest
Yeah.
of them, they're just not bothered, Gianni.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I agree with that.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree.
but
I
yeah.
don't think I didn't have high hopes for Uruguay at all. I thought Uruguay was going to fall apart in the group stages. Like they're fucking Darwin Nunez. The only thing that's good about him, he's got brand new braids.
I
Besides
was going to
that,
say,
Do you think
his
Mos-
hairline is
Gianni-
incredible.
Gianni, do you think Marcelo Bielsa is holding Uruguay back, or do you think Uruguay are creating their own problems?
I think Uruguay is coming into a period to where that 10-year, 15-year that they had where they were putting out a lot of talent is coming to an end, and they're starting to see when a nation goes through a cycle of not producing great players as consistently as Uruguay had. Now, I'll be honest with you. I'll also say this. I
Please.
don't see what everybody says in Marcelo Bielsa. I think Bielsa's a shit manager.
Yeah.
I think he's okay. They played good football in the championship with Leeds. Congratulations. You
Yeah.
ain't won shit since the 90s.
Of course.
So
Really?
No, he hasn't won a title since like 2001, if that.
Jesus,
Well, his title, like everybody talks about, Bielsa was this amazing manager in Argentina. Bro, cool. It was 25 fucking years ago.
Yeah.
It's damn near the same thing with like what I say about the Chicago Bears. The Bears have won for 40 fucking years. The fuck do I
Yeah.
care about?
Yeah.
You know what I
and the
mean?
Chicago Bulls have won a championship since 1998.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's why I'm saying, like with Bielsa, they
Look.
thought, he did this, he was
But do-
revolutionary. Bro, that's cool. Guess what? All of the people that you're talking about that learned from you have surpassed you now. So why am I still talking about you?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Look,
It's not one of those.
I hear. I completely
It's
understand.
different if it's a situation like what we talk about with all of the Premier League managers and Pep, where they all try to copy Pep, but they still haven't eclipsed him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If this
Klopp
was
is
like
the only
that-
one that doesn't copy Pep.
Yeah. Oh, and you
if
know
it
who another nation has surprised me as well? Iran. They drew 2-2 with the Netherlands, and then they drew with Belgium. They're really
Wait. They
like,
drew
even though-
2-2 with the Dutch?
No, not the Dutch. New Zealand.
Oh,
they
New
drew,
Zealand.
I was about to say.
Yeah, New
I was about to
Zealand,
say,
and
that's
then they
the
drew
true
with
group.
Belgium.
Okay.
Yeah,
Belgium-
Belgium sucks too. That's the other
Yeah,
Belgium's another
I
one.
agree.
Belgium sucks
Belgium are
too.
just,
Yeah, that's
and
another
the
one.
problem is like they're even worse than Uruguay. Like
Yeah.
especially with Rudy Garcia as their head coach. Like, what did Rudy
Who's
Garcia
that?
He used to be the manager of Roma and Napoli at one
He
point
was-
in
yes.
Serie A.
So Rudy Garcia's claim to fame was the Lille team in 2010, 2011 that
Yeah.
won Ligue 1. That was the team he was the manager that discovered Eden Hazard. So he had Eden Hazard. Do you remember Johan Cabaye, Matthew Debussy?
Yeah,
all those
I
guys? They were
Kawhi
all
was that midfielder that played for Newcastle and Crystal Palace, and Debussy was that player who played for Newcastle and then he played for Arsenal. Yeah.
Debussy was the French right back with the big slick back hair.
Yeah, and Cabaye was that midfielder that can he can score from long range efforts.
Cabaye was a good midfielder. Cabaye was a very good midfielder.
He played for Newcastle, PSG, Lille, and Crystal Palace. He's played for a lot of big clubs in the past.
Yeah.
He's not Claude Makelele though.
And isn't Rudy Garcia
a different player? Johan Cabaye was more of an 8 than a defensive midfielder.
Didn't Rudy Garcia replace Spalletti as Napoli boss when Spalletti took over as the Italy national boss?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, that for me was the biggest mistake Napoli made. They should have kept Spalletti.
That's because of the man. That was because of the owner, because of a falling out with him and Spalletti.
Wow.
That was the reason why that happened. The problem here is this: Belgium is going through the same thing as Uruguay.
Yes.
Belgium is they were putting out talent left, right, and center with that quote unquote
golden generation.
But now the talent pool's dried up because you don't have what you have anymore.
Nope.
You got to remember, at one time they had Eden Hazard, his brother
Kevin De Bruyne. Yep.
Kevin De Bruyne, Lukaku, Carrasco, Dries Mertens, Vertonghen, Alderweireld, Dembele,
Axel Witsel.
Axel Witsel.
Yeah.
Sucks now, but back in the day, he wasn't that bad. Was there Thomas Meunier, the right back?
Yeah,
Meunier.
I remember him.
They had a solid team, but now again, the talent pool is drying up.
Michy Batshuayi. Do you guys remember Michy Batshuayi?
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah. Him. Yeah, he used to be a bang out striker for Belgium, but I just don't know what's happened.
Chelsea.
Yeah, Chelsea, Marseille. I think he used to play for Crystal Palace at one point.
That was like the 10 different loan spells he did when he was signed
exactly
to Chelsea.
Right.
And he also played for the three Istanbul clubs too: Besiktas, Galatasaray, and Fenerbahce. So he's played for 3 clubs in Istanbul and Batshuayi. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Belgium's just in a shit position.
Yeah,
they're in
if Belgium don't win their final group game, then do you think they're gonna go out?
Yeah.
So they have to.
Who's their final game?
It's against.
So they played.
New Zealand.
Yeah, New Zealand. I think New Zealand's their last game.
That's tough.
It is.
I know.
It's actually not an easy game for Belgium.
I know. It's
what sucks about that. What sucks about that is, like for me, is I was hoping Belgium would have a decent tournament so that it's easier to get rid of Lukaku and fucking De Bruyne.
I know.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, the good thing is De Bruyne had a falling out with Conte. It sounds like he wants out of Napoli. So hopefully.
There you go.
Oh yeah. Wow. Portugal are kind of struggling too in their group.
We need to talk about Portugal. That's CR7. I don't know how. Like this guy, I have never seen a man held. I've never seen a man
even more embarrassing.
Hold his own country. Tell me, Macy.
His sister just basically went online and told the fans, why are you people blaming, accusing my brother of not performing well? I can't believe his sister would say such a thing to all of us when we're trying our best to we're trying our best to say that Ronaldo is not the player that he used to be. He's finished, but his sister has the audacity to say, "Oh, but you don't have the right to accuse my brother." I just don't know why all of these family members are defending their own. I don't understand.
I need to say this. Social media is the worst thing that has ever happened to American civilization because you have fucking asshole dweebs standing out for this guy that has not performed well in God knows how long. And now you have his sister, who I didn't even know he had a sister, coming out and saying, "Oh, you can't do this to my bro." Like, get the fuck out of here. I mean, God, this social media thing is a disease.
I'm just sick and tired of these.
It's a disease.
I know, Chike, it's become a problem now. I just don't know how Ronaldo's sister was able to speak to the whole world saying, "Oh, you can't accuse my brother for not playing his best game." Like, Ronaldo's finished. Why can't people?
He's been finished.
Yeah, he's not the player that he used to be. I'm sorry.
No, you're absolutely right, Mason.
And also, the problem is, if they draw or lose to Uzbekistan in their next game, then this is gonna then that could be a huge problem for them now, because they have to beat Uzbekistan to keep.
So let me play devil's advocate, because I don't disagree with what you guys are saying, but I put this more so down to the fact that Roberto Martinez is a shit.
Martinez
he's horrible. But that still doesn't excuse. That still doesn't excuse CR7 acting like a petulant little man-child bitch. Yeah. Because that's what he is. He's a petulant man-child, Gianni. Like, you can say, sure.
I know Martinez is responsible for continuing to persist with Ronaldo, but Ronaldo shouldn't act like a baby. He should admit that he played a terrible game, but instead he's out on social media saying,
I'm not passing him as far as that. What I am passing on is this. Tell us. You can't go back and watch that game and not see that Joao Neves and half the team are not playing for Ronaldo.
Oh no, it's so obvious.
If he's going to be your striker, like this is why I say I actually lay more of the blame at Martinez's feet than I do Ronaldo.
Martinez too,
because if you're going to make that decision as the manager, if you're going to make that decision to make Ronaldo the starter, then it is also on you to task the rest of the team to get behind your decision and move with it. If you're going to make that decision, but there's discrepancies within the locker room about that, you need to address it. You not addressing it leads to stupid shit like what we just saw on the pitch, to where now, yes, Ronaldo should be admitting that he had a terrible fucking game, because he did. It's probably one of Ronaldo's worst games I've ever seen. But also,
I've seen worse.
But also, when you see some of the runs that Ronaldo's making in behind, like people are talking, like Thierry Henry got on the other day and was talking about, oh, well, he's being selfish in this. Brother, here's the problem.
What's the problem?
When you're making runs that you're wide open and your players are constantly looking the other way to make it harder on you, what else are you supposed to do at that point?
Yeah.
If you got a wide open lane where somebody needs to just put the ball forward for you to get on and shoot, but they're choosing to go to the right or left wing when those guys are defended and they slow the play down and it stops the offense, something's got to give at that point.
Yeah,
and that's why I blame Martinez more than I blame Ronaldo.
Martinez
Ronaldo doesn't go without any blame. Let me put that straight out there. For me, Ronaldo's 35% of the problem. The rest,
I think he's 95% of the problem.
No, absolutely.
What? Yeah, I think it's both. It's both. It's Martinez and Ronaldo together. The both of them.
Extremely generous. Man said 35%. He's got to be at least. Wow. I mean, come on. He's got to be at least 75 to 80%.
Because
and the one thing I can't stand about Martinez is the fact that he still can't give Conceição an opportunity, because when I saw Conceição perform against Congo, he was playing with passion. Why didn't he start him against Congo? I just don't understand.
Not only that, if you're going to play with a player like Ronaldo now, Ronaldo is not what he was 7 years ago, where he had the breakaway pace at the right time, right? I'm being generous. This isn't Ronaldo like when he went back to Manchester United and balled out that year, right?
And he was worse. Gianni, when he went back to United, there was a 7-match period. He didn't score any. He scored, not only did he score no goals, he had no shots. He was useless. It's like when you have CR7 on the pitch.
Ronaldo.
Come on, you're playing with 10 men.
No. I'm talking about the season with Ole. He was not useless.
Yeah.
But even then, sure, he wasn't useless. But Man U also suffered their worst finish in Premier League history.
Yeah, but the rest of the team is dog shit. It's not just that.
That's true. That's true. I agree.
That's true, but
Manchester United's problems stem way further back than fucking Ronaldo coming back.
Yeah,
Their problems
understand
go
that.
way further back than that.
oh yeah, the Glazers are a massive part of that.
It's
which
not
is-
even to do with anything
And
beyond
Ineos
the
as
Glazers.
well.
Beyond the
Ineos are-
Glazers.
what beyond the Glazers.
It's beyond the Glazers. The Glazers didn't choose David Moyes. Sir Alex Ferguson did.
Okay,
the
that's
problem
fair.
That's
here's
true.
the overarching problem with Manchester United. And we'll get back to the World Cup.
Sure.
But the problem with Manchester United is when you're a legacy club, you have to play to the history of your club. There is no getting around that. Okay. When you look at the legacy of Manchester United, even before Sir Alex Ferguson, if you look at the Busby Babes and everything, even further back in their history, Manchester United's football is open attacking football.
Correct.
Same thing with Arsenal. People
Yes.
try to say, "Oh, Arteta's like the new version of fucking why am I forgetting his name?
Conte.
No, fuck no. The Arsenal man.
Arteta's the upcoming
Oh,
version
Wenger.
No, not
No,
Wenger. The
Wenger.
guy before.
Oh,
Yeah,
George
Wenger.
Graham.
Pep.
George Graham.
Yeah.
of
George
Graham.
Graham.
Oh,
George
come on.
Graham. They try to compare him to George Graham. George Graham was still blowing teams out.
Yeah.
They act
Uh,
like George Graham couldn't play open attacking football. You know how many games? You know how many times in that season when we beat Liverpool at Anfield, we were winning 3-0, 4-0. We were kicking the shit out of teams.
Yeah.
Even though that we played a little bit more pragmatic than what Arsenal was known for, we were still kicking the shit out of teams.
Yeah.
That's the difference. So, like when they go, 1-0 to the Arsenal, it wasn't George Graham that was 1-0 to the Arsenal. It was managers before that led to that 1-0 to the Arsenal shit. George Graham, I'm telling you, if you go back and watch his tenure, there were a lot of games where Arsenal was beating the shit out of a lot of teams.
Of
So,
course.
like the thing with Arteta is that the reason why you have so many people say you need to play more open attacking football is when you look at the historical clubs, the legacy clubs, if you will, when you play to your history, you have better results. Look at Chelsea. Chelsea's actually a perfect example of a newer age version of this. Chelsea's history is defensive football.
Yeah.
Whether anybody likes it or not, Chelsea's history is defensive football. The only manager that was whooping ass playing open attacking football for them was Carlo Ancelotti.
Yep.
That
was the
That's-
time they got 100 goals or whatever.
was the first
Yeah.
ever team to score 100 goals. And
In
he
the
won
Premier
the
League
double
or overall?
in the Premier League.
Fuck.
The first team to score 100 goals in the Premier League is Carlo Ancelotti's Chelsea. They were kicking.
Wow.
There was 3 or 4 different times they won. They scored 7 goals in a game.
Yeah.
Go
Yeah.
back and watch that Chelsea team.
They did score 7. I think it was against Wigan or Hull City.
I think they did
Okay.
against Bolton.
Yeah,
I was about to
7-0.
say, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was the year where Hull or Wigan, one of them got relegated from the Premier League.
Yeah, didn't that Arsenal team also beat United like 4-1? And that was prime Sir Alex Ferguson they beat.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
And I think that was the year when Arsenal won 5-3 against Everton at Goodison Park, and Denilson scored a banging
Yes.
goal.
I believe so.
Anthony Nielsen.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But to get back to it with quickly with United's problems stem from the fact that they don't play their identity. When you look at how much better they looked under Carrick, they were getting closer to playing towards the true identity of United's brand of football. And when you're a club, when you're a legacy club like that, you have to play like that. Same thing. Look at when the guy who's the manager now at Dortmund, Kovac, when he was the
I
manager.
didn't even know who was. Oh, yeah. I know.
Manager
Yeah,
of
he used
Bayern
to be
Munich.
Bayern manager.
He was the manager of Bayern Munich for a year, and it was the most
I remember that.
pragmatic Bayern you ever saw.
Yeah.
They won the league, but they weren't scoring goals like what's demanded of Bayern Munich, and they sacked
Sure.
his ass.
I was about to say he was only there for a year, and then they punched
Yeah.
him.
And they got
Yeah,
rid of
because
him.
I think they lost 5-1 to Eintracht Frankfurt, and that was when he got sacked. He
Yeah.
got punted from Bayern.
What's going on, Quaja?
Hold on, Quasha.
But yeah, no, that's why I'm saying like with United, it stems way more than just the Glazers. It's the fact that their main guy, Ferguson, said, hire this guy. And since they hired,
Yeah.
if you look at since they hired David Moyes up until they hired Carrick, they've hired nothing but pragmatic managers
Yeah.
or guys that decided
Because
to go more pragmatic.
I
'Cause
think
look,
the reason
Louis
why
Van Gaal was a very good. Louis Van Gaal's Ajax team in the 90s played some of the best football you'll ever see. But
Yeah.
then When he came to Manchester United, defense ruined them. Same thing, Jose Mourinho. Yes, he got them to finish with 86 points or whatever the fuck it was, and he claims that that's the best thing that he's done, is that I got this United team to finish second with the point tallies and everything else. Again, pragmatic, not to the identity of Manchester United. That's the reason why for legacy clubs, it's a different story when it comes to that. Same thing with like Juventus. Juventus has tried playing this open attacking football. They ain't done shit since they tried it. Juventus is pragmatic, attack when you can, but defense first, fino al fine. That's Juventus. They are not beautiful open attacking football like that.
So what do you think of England's win over Croatia, Gianni? Was that a good win?
I thought England, I was impressed with the second half. I thought
I agree.
The first half was horrible.
First half, Croatia were all over us. They were just taking us apart.
First half looked like the old England where
but
score a goal.
There are a couple players that I think had a good game against Croatia. I would give Madueke a praise and possibly Harry Kane, because he got us.
Harry Kane was the best player on the pitch.
Harry Kane was the best player on the field.
Yeah,
or pitch. Sorry.
Madueke. I would say Madueke had an okay game because he won England the penalty, and he set Bellingham up for the second goal.
Yeah.
So Madueke had an okay game, but I'm not gonna like gas him up saying, "Oh, Madueke is the next Ronaldinho." No, that's not who I am. He had a good game, but I want to see more from Noni.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I'm still wondering with some of the decisions that he made for the team. I think that some of the players that were left off is going to come back to bite England in the ass when you get to the later stages of the World Cup. That's my opinion. I'll tell you one thing, though. The absolute state that Brazil is in a fucking disgrace.
I know.
Brazil is so shit. It's not even funny.
It's actually tragic.
That's true. Yeah.
It's tragic. Like, I don't think I've ever seen a Brazil team play this poorly in my entire life. Yeah, but
like, what is going on in Brazil? Like, what happened to this great Brazil team? Like who's behind what is causing this Brazil team to not be the same, not to be the same nation that used to be the greatest nation in the world with Pele, Ronaldinho, Brazilian Ronaldo.
I'll tell you exactly what it is. It's analytics. It's all this stat and computer-driven bullshit that has gotten into all the different sports, in my opinion, is the biggest problem with it. Stats, you can't make they try to say, dribbles completed. Stats have nothing to do with somebody's individualism of being able to play with the ball.
Yeah.
There is no stat for the way Ronaldinho used to just run over people.
I don't even know Ronaldinho's stats.
There is no stat for the way Romario could dribble through people. There's no stats for the way Ronaldo Fenomeno could dribble through people. When you look at it in general, the Netherlands are not putting out ballers like they used to.
Nope.
France is putting out ballers like they used to, but again, these guys are not what the old French team used to be.
No.
The France team from 98 or 06 would kick the shit out of this team. It wouldn't even.
Oh, yeah. Even Spain to a degree. Look at Spain.
I agree. I think Spain, if you look at the Spanish team from 06, if you look at the Spanish team in 06 before 2010, the Spanish team in 06 would whoop the Spain team.
Oh, yeah. Casillas in goal, Ramos at right back, Capdevila at center back. Who was their left back?
Capdevila was left back.
Oh, he was left back.
Center back was Puyol and Marchena.
I forgot about him.
From Valencia.
Valencia. And the midfield, young Iniesta, Xavi.
No, Iniesta wasn't on the 06 team. He was still young. He was a bench player, if anything.
David Villa?
Oh, no
was
way.
Villa was on the 06 team. Villa was there. Fernando Torres was there. It was Joaquin, Vicente.
What?
Guti.
Yeah, I remember Joaquin. Raul Betis legend.
Who was the bald black guy that played for Villarreal back in the day?
I know his name.
Midfielder.
I can't think of it. I know his name, but I can't.
He was on the team in 08 that won the Euros.
Yes, I remember because I've seen
Marco
the documentary.
Senna.
Yes. That's
Marco
him.
Senna was on that
Yep.
team.
That's him.
But that's
yeah.
The stats is what's killing everything, because now with these stats, look at also the way that we've changed the game on how they play.
Yeah.
Do you think Vinicius Jr. is a top 10 Brazilian
No.
winger?
No.
Of course not. No.
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 Not even close.
Nice.
When you look at, and now look, Vinicius Jr. is often referred to as one of the best left wingers in the world, right? That's what a lot of people say. Vinny Jr. is only good if he can kick the ball past you and run, and you're not faster than him. That's the difference of players. Ronaldinho is nowhere near as fast as Vinicius Jr., but Vinicius Jr. can't tie Ronaldinho. I mean, nobody can tie Ronaldinho's shoes when it comes to dribbling. But
Well, R9
Not Neymar.
And
Not
now
Neymar. You don't
Ronaldinho-
think Neymar's dribbling is close to Ronaldinho's?
R9's dribbling was a joke.
Ronaldinho
Ronaldo
R9's the
Phenomenal is
only
close
one
to
that can
Ronaldinho.
challenge
Ronaldinho is like
Ronaldinho.
has recently joined up with an Italian team in
Yeah,
Serie A.
Ravenna.
Wow.
Oh.
Is that a good thing? Like to like get his career back? Because like
I don't know, but I'm going to tell you this right now. When they play Salernitana, I might sneak to Italy and go try to see a game with Ronaldinho.
yeah, I want to see Ronaldinho like return back to the player that he was when he was like
That's
when he
never
was
gonna
like
happen.
in the young years.
That is
Yeah, that won't
never
happen
going to
because he's
happen.
got a pot belly because he
I
can't
was
stop
about to
drinking
say.
and partying. But I
know.
guarantee you he's going to dribble the shit out of these young kids in
Oh,
City of
Jesus.
C. I can guarantee you that.
Do you guys think that the partying of Brazil is leading to their downfall because the amount of partying they do, having all these parties?
I don't think so. Because partying in Brazil has always been the same
No.
story with guys in
that's
the
been
past.
that's been a thing for
The
decades.
problem for me is that Brazil. Did you ever watch the interview with Gareth Bale at the I forget what that stupid fucking show is with
Oh, is it the? Oh, I know it. Don't tell me. I know it.
with Jamie
It's,
Carragher and Gary Neville
Yep,
and
that's
Roy
the
Keane
show.
and all
Was
that.
it was it like
The
Overlap.
overlap.
The
The
overlap.
overlap.
The overlap. Yes.
So, like, if you look at what Gareth Bale said about Carlo Ancelotti when they were at Real Madrid, if it was Bayern Munich or Barcelona, they would spend 15 minutes doing tactical stuff, but then the rest of it was playing with the ball. The Brazilians are not doing the same thing. Because the thing for me is when you look at the Brazilians, where are the kids from the favelas that are street ballers? Where are those kids gone? Because you don't have them no more.
No, you don't have
Like,
them anymore.
like Neymar, the one thing I do give the nod to Neymar is the last of the Mohicans of the old street ballers of Brazil. He's the last one. Because everybody post Neymar has been dog shit. There's no getting around that. Big up Martin Tapp every time.
Pick
Appreciate
up Martin Tapman.
but it's for me, Brazil, I don't know. First of all, it's a fucking disgrace that Matheus Cunha is starting as a number 9 for Brazil. That is a fucking disgrace in and of itself.
and another thing about Brazil that is just like another thing about Brazil as well is like I know that Ancelotti is trying his best to get this Brazil team clicking, but it's not gonna work. I like Ancelotti, but I just don't know why he picked the wrong time to become the head coach for Brazil.
I actually think it was the right time because if you look, I don't think he would have ever hired a foreigner as a manager if it wasn't for all the problems with not having the
Gianni, I'm sorry. Gianni, I don't tell you. You literally took the words out of my mouth. This is the first time ever that Brazil have hired a non-Brazilian. Do you know how many teams right now in world football have a manager that's not even their own that's not even their own nationality? It's embarrassing.
It's a lot. And the funny thing is in World Cup history, there's never been a team to win without a manager that's of the same nationality as the team that they represent.
Yes.
That's the other thing I think the reason why Brazil went with Ancelotti is one, Ancelotti has a good rapport with
Trophies,
Militao, Vinicius, and all the guys that played at Real Madrid. I think the Brazilians are looking at it of rather than go back and play the old street ball, the beautiful game of the Seleção, they'd rather try to beat the Europeans at their own game. And I think that's where the big problem is with Brazil. Because this is nothing like I've ever seen from Brazil. Brazil was supposed to be entertaining football.
No, this Brazil team I watched, I'm not going to lie. This Brazil team, I'm trying to think about where will they end up in this World Cup. I don't know if they're going to make up to the quarters. I think they might end up in the last 16. They might be out during the last 16.
They could.
I can't see them going past the semi-final or the final. I don't think the quarterfinal. I just feel like a better team would beat them. I just don't see this Brazil team. And listen, you got to hope that Gabriel is fit, because if Gabriel Magalhaes is injured, then that's going to be a very tough start to the season for us coming in the Premier League season. And
We
with
got to worry
Saliba
about
having a
him,
back injury as well.
Saliba, and Rice, and
Yeah.
Saka.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Did you see that nonsense that came out saying that when Rice gave the interview that Rice is still nursing an injury from January?
Wow. This man Arteta just continue. He just so loves to run these players into the ground so that we don't know whether or not they'll be 100% for a major thing happening. I blame Arteta.
I'm telling you right now, I don't think this is what worries me about coming into Arsenal for the full year is, one, the players that are on international duty, I'm worried about getting injured. But I'm also just worried about the team that we're going to be keeping because, yeah, I'm hopeful that these rumors that they're going to sell Martin Odegaard is fucking true because he needs to go either way. But if you look at it from the point of the fact that you may not sell that many players and you're just trying to run it back with maybe one or two signings, we're not going to win. I'm sorry. When you got these many guys away at an international tournament and has that small of a time of a window for them to recover, I just think the writing's on the wall that we're going to run into some injury problems. Big up Promise. Big up Promise, my guy.
Yeah, there's been rumors of Rashford being linked to Arsenal.
I don't want him anywhere near here. If
we sign Rashford, then I'm sorry. I'm gonna ditch this football club. I do not want another washed up player at Arsenal ever again. We should be going out and getting the best players. We are champions for a reason. We need to continue showing that we want to compete for trophies. But I just do not want another washed up footballer at Arsenal, Gianni. We need to go and get a player with proven qualities. Rashford and Barcola don't fit in that script. I do not want neither of them at Arsenal.
They want 80 million for that fucking Barcola.
What?
Barcola 80 fucking million.
I still can't believe they want 80 million for Barcola. For what? The guy can't even create one good opportunity. He's good at running forward, but when it comes to his finishing is terrible.
Bro, I've always said that he's the French Madueke. He's basically another version of Noni Madueke.
Yeah, but
that's facts.
That's
facts. That's facts. He's a better Madueke when it comes to dribbling and speed, but besides that, he ain't that fucking good either. 80 million is like, what the fuck is going to give 80 million for this guy?
Gianni, this is what I'm saying. The market is awful. They want 80 million for that too. And then
the market is awful if you're trying. The market is awful if you're trying to make marquee signings from certain clubs. The market is not awful because you can go get ballers for cheaper amount.
I hear that, but what I'm saying is, so City got 100. We had a 120 million pound rejection from Anderson. How? First of all, Anderson ain't even worth 120 million pounds. At best, he's probably worth At best, he's like 70, like maybe even 60.
He ain't even worth that to me.
No, this is what I'm saying, Gianni. The market is fucking cheeks, man. Like, why am I supposed to pay 120 million for a guy that may or may not change the City team when we need other players in certain positions, yet I'm supposed to pay 120 million pounds? No.
That's crazy. The price tag is kind of, it's the English tax, bro. These English tax.
The English tax needs to be
investigated. And that's the thing that doesn't make any sense to me is that you're going to sit here and want 120 million for Anderson. Okay, not to like toot his horn, but if he's 120 million, then what the fuck is Sandro Tonali?
I was about to say.
And I'm not even going to Spain. Because here, if he's 120 million, how much is Pedri worth? 300? like that. This is the thing that pisses me off about this shit.
Tell us.
This is the reason why I think PSR is a fucking joke. And yeah, cool. They enhanced it to where now more teams can spend more money and they're not as limited. But again, it only helps out the big six teams when it comes to the finances. But it's like, bro, you You fucking were PSR was supposed to knock down the crazy amount of spending on transfer fees and everything else. It hasn't done that. On top of it, it not only hasn't done that, but now you're handicapping other teams from spending money because you only want the big six to be the big teams in England. That's how fucked up this PSR shit is. It's become way too fucking political for all that shit. I mean, again, if Elliot Anderson's worth 120 million, okay, he's worth 120 million. What's Valverde at Real Madrid worth? 200?
240 million. And Yamal's probably worth $1 billion.
What the fuck?
Well,
what is
Barella maybe 300 million.
What's Vitinha and João Neves worth? If Elliot Anderson's worth 120 million,
$1 billion.
Exactly. Yeah, pretty much. It's worth a team at that point. That's what I mean. That's how stupid this shit is.
I mean, he's not even close to 120 million. It's just, I just don't get how he's worth 120 million. I don't know what Nottingham Forest is smoking at, but 120 million. I ain't spending 120 on Elliot Anderson.
It's that fat cigar that they got from them surviving relegation after going through 3 managers. No.
You
know what I could do with 120?
It's their owner Marinakis. That's Marinakis doing that shit. Because Marinakis is looking at Morgan Gibbs White and fucking Elliot Anderson as his fucking golden ticket to fucking make a shit ton of money without having to invest because he's a cheapskate. That's what the fuck that is. If he sells him to City, watch how fast Marinakis buys 5 players to try to make the squad overall better. If he sells Morgan Gibbs White for like 70, and if he finds somebody dumb enough to buy Morgan Gibbs White for 70 million, and if he flips Elliot Anderson to City for 120, watch how fast he reinvests that money to buy 11 new fucking players to try to add depth to Nottingham Forest. That's what that is. He's not trying to spend any of his own money. That's why he's trying to flip Anderson for that much. That fucker ain't worth that much money. He ain't worth that much money. I'm sorry, he's not.
Did you see the fixture list, Gianni, the Premier League fixture list for next season? Our first game is against Coventry.
On a Friday night.
Yeah. And also, I think this is the first time.
We beat them 5-0.
Yeah, but do you remember back?
Frank Lampard coaches?
Oh,
but do you remember the last time we faced Coventry in the Premier League? I think they beat us 1-0 at Highbury at one point. That was the last time. Yeah, I think they beat us 1-0. The last time we faced them in the Premier League, they beat us 1-0 at Highbury. So, like,
quite a suspension watch at Alvarez drama after his statement, so probably will set up market for rest.
But I still think we'll
even Julian Alvarez isn't worth that much fucking money.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
I still think we'll beat Coventry, even though the last time we faced them, they beat us at Highbury. I still think we'll beat them at the Emirates because no disrespect to Coventry, I'm just happy they're back in the Premier League. I still think they'll stay up next season. I think they'll stay up, but I can't say the same for Ipswich and Hull City. I just think they'll go down.
Do you guys think Yan Diamante's 100 million euros because Liverpool want to buy him for 100 million?
That guy's crazy.
I don't know why.
I don't want to hear it.
I don't know why would you want him anyway. Like, what's so special about this Diamante? I don't know.
But apparently he cooked in Capia. That's what we were told, that he cooked in Capia in that game. That's the only thing he can do.
That dude is. I don't trust. Let's play a different game. What fucking guy from RB Leipzig has worked out?
None that I know of.
The only one is Dani Olmo.
Yeah,
the only one.
Yeah, that's the only
and
one.
He's injury prone.
Yeah.
What about Šeško? Has he worked out?
What about Timo Werner?
Šeško's a fucking hand job.
What about Timo Werner at Leipzig?
Werner sucks.
All right, then fine. I understand. It's because the thing is, guys, it's just Leipzig is a club that develops young players. Like, this is what they do. They always hype up these young players and make out that they're gonna be the next legendary footballer. But in reality, they're not. They're just hyped up, overrated players.
Yeah.
Do you remember back in the day?
Timo Werner at RB Leipzig was a baller. As soon as he came to England, he got his reality check.
Yeah, that's right.
Something happened at Chelsea because when he went back to Leipzig, he was good for a half a year or 1 year and then went back to being Chelsea. Werner, and Germany.
Yeah.
So it's
Jesus.
that RB Leipzig team is a fucking. Actually, no, I take that back. Olmo and Szoboszlai. Those are the only two good players that came out of Leipzig. That's it.
Yeah, that's true.
Everybody
That's-
else is
I
scrubs.
agree. I
yeah,
agree.
that's true.
And this is also
it's
why.
like-
No, I was just
Yeah.
gonna say this is also why you have to risk. You have to be able. You have to ask yourself, do I want to risk getting a guy from another league, knowing that there's a big chance that it won't translate to the Premier League, or do I want to pay 120 million pounds, even though there's no way in God's earth that I'm paying 120 million pounds for Elliot Anderson? So you basically have to make that. You're basically taking a risk no matter what, because
Yeah, but again, it's okay. Like to what Quaja said, you got the English tax. So if
Yeah.
somebody is good, and you're English on top of it in the Premier League, you automatically have to expect you're paying 25% over what he's actually worth, just off top. Just off top.
Hey guys,
We have
what
to
do you
get-
think of Sandro Tonali being linked to Tottenham? Do you
Oh
think
God.
If Tonali goes to Tottenham, it's because he needs gambling money.
Oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh. That
If
was
he
So
so
what
goes
do
funny.
you think of Tottenham's signing so far, Gianni? They've signed Robertson and they've also signed Senesi from Bournemouth. What do you think of
Stupid.
that?
For what? Senesi,
Yeah.
I'm not mad at because Senesi's a better defender than everybody that they got over there, in my
Yeah.
opinion. I don't believe in Mickey Van de Ven. All he is fast. He's an idiot. He's
Yeah,
an
but
idiot.
Robertson going to Tottenham is a bit baffling to me. I don't know why
No,
he
but
went there.
Robertson can't defend her. Right now, this Robertson, he just can't defend. That's
Yeah.
Are we talking about Andy Robertson, the guy who, at Liverpool, or a different Robertson?
yeah,
No,
that's
Robertson
Yeah,
from
the one at
Liverpool wants
Liverpool,
Spurs.
the one
Yeah.
at Liverpool, that one who.
Yeah, he's finished in my opinion. He
I didn't
Yeah.
understand what the fuck.
He's
That's what
done.
I'm saying. The guy can't run anymore. Why the
Yeah,
fuck
he could have gone
you got
elsewhere.
Robertson for what?
because of Udogi, because Udogi's injured. Apparently, they have.
Okay, but even if Udogi's hurt, what happens to Robertson? What happens to Robertson when he comes back? Is he now the new Ben Davies, where he's the hybrid left back and center back? Because Robertson can't run no more. That was half the fucking problem with Liverpool. You got Robertson starting at left back when he can't run because Kirk has shit the bed the whole season.
God, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So it's like here, the guy's a decent player, but Robertson's not starting over Jed Spence in this day and age. That's
No.
not happening. And he's for
I
damn
actually didn't
sure
even know that Jed
not going
Spence was
over
English.
Pedro
Tottenham are just still the same. They always buy they just always buy these hyped up players, and every time they perform, they don't even perform well.
No, because the ownership are a bunch of effing morons.
Yeah,
Like, they're morons.
They need a new goalkeeper as well.
morons.
Their two goalkeepers.
They need
are
to be
trash.
relegated.
Corey's a
And
bum,
watch, they will be
Kinsey's
relegated this
fucking
season.
bum.
If not this season, then next
Yeah.
season. One of these
I don't
seasons,
think
Tottenham
Spurs.
get
I don't think
relegated.
Spurs get relegated. I don't think Spurs
How?
get relegated. I
How?
think the Derby's a good enough manager to where they'll be a mid-table team.
yeah, I agree.
I see Spurs-
De Zerbi
I
just
see
barely
Spurs- I
got
see
them out of
Spurs-
danger.
I see Spurs finishing anywhere between 9th and 12th this year. I don't see them being
What?
No, I
Yeah,
don't.
that could
You-
happen.
Look,
You're joking.
Here. Okay, here. England may not get the coefficient this year because you got Sunderland, you got Bournemouth, and Crystal Palace in the Europa League. There is no guarantee that any of those three teams are going to win the Europa League. It's not like how it was where you had fucking Villa, who's head and shoulders better than any team in the rest of the leagues, walking into that team off of Premier League money. Same thing with Spurs team that won the Europa League and the United team that made it to the finals. The Europa League is a different ball game now because you don't have the teams falling down from the Champions League anymore. Different competition. However, Sunderland doesn't have the ballers to go up against certain fucking teams. They just don't. They just
Yeah.
don't. Whether they like it or not, they don't.
Yeah.
Whether they like it or not, they just don't. Crystal Palace does, but who are you bringing in as the man? You brought in that Lage from RC Lens that did well for 2 years over there. There's no guarantee that this guy is going to bring what he did in France over to Crystal Palace. There's no guarantee.
And Bournemouth as well. What's Bournemouth going to do in Europe? Like, no disrespect
And
to
Bournemouth brought in Marco
Marco
Rosa. Marco Rosa plays defensive football, the complete opposite
Yeah.
of what fucking Bournemouth does.
Yeah.
So, and the overlying problem with those three teams, they're all selling players. They're all trying to sell players and make money. So there's no guarantee that if the 3 teams in the Europa League are all selling players to try to make money back, there's no guarantee that they're going to win that competition. So
100%.
with those 3 possibly not winning the competition, you could lose the coefficient that way.
Correct.
Now,
So
when people talk about Manchester United securing the land for this new stadium and everything else, for the United fans who don't know and everybody else, the Glazers just took out another 150 million out of United and put them further in debt. So
Are you
there
kidding
is
me?
not going to be this
Wow.
300 unless Ineos pulls some magic out of their ass. There ain't going to be no 300 million being fucking spent by United. So that whole lie right now is on fraud watch. So United with no 300 million is not going to be a threat in the Champions League. Liverpool, we have yet to see what they're going to do, because if Liverpool spend 100 million on Diamonde at this current point in time, you might as well consider Liverpool fucked, because I don't see Liverpool changing. I see Liverpool being a better team because they brought in Iraola. They have a lot to work on.
Yeah.
They have a lot to work on in order for them to be in a title race next year.
Sure.
City, the question for City is what are you going to do to retool shit? Because I'm sorry, Ruben Diaz at this current point in time is not Ruben Diaz for what he used to be.
Yeah, I think
He
they'll
didn't even
sell
make the
Diaz
Portugal
this
team.
summer.
So he didn't even make the Portugal team. So that should tell you right there.
Yeah.
No, he's got to go.
Here, you as a City fan, do you trust Kushinoff and Gahey for a full
No.
season?
No.
They
So
need to get in some
spending
other.
100 you're spending 120 million on Elliot Anderson. City was telling everybody they're going to give Maresca 300 million towards the budget. Well, 120 is gone.
Yeah.
You still
So
got to
that's why.
retool that entire back line and still replace Bernardo Silva.
Yeah.
And potentially Rodri.
So if
Correct.
Sunderland, Bournemouth, and Crystal Palace are in the Europa League, then which English team will take part in the Conference League?
Brighton.
Nobody.
Brighton. Wow.
Do you guys think Adam Morton's 100 million? That's another player that's apparently
No.
worth 100
Nah.
million.
No.
No.
Yeah.
Please
I
stop
think
saying
Brighton will
100 million.
struggle.
It's just making
I
my
think
head
Brighton
hurt.
will struggle
It's
in the
actually
Conference
making my
League.
head hurt.
I think
100
Brighton
million.
has a better chance of winning the Conference League than the other 3
Mhm.
English teams do winning the Europa League.
Let's see, because you never know.
But that's it. But see, now here's the thing, Macy. How many times have we seen one of the smaller teams have that one-off year that they make Europe and then they can't survive the schedule with that many more games? That's the other
And not
thing.
even that. They have to. I remember, and this is actually a really good example. Do you remember when Monaco played City at the Etihad? It was my senior year of high school, which was 9 years ago. Jesus Christ! The next year, Monaco practically lost everyone. Bernardo Silva and who else was it came to City?
Mbappe.
Yeah, Bakayoko. Yeah, Bakayoko went to Chelsea. What you I think they lost some of their-
Sidibe.
Yeah,
and Mbappe,
Fabinho went to Liverpool.
yeah. What was his name?
Falcao.
Yeah,
Falcao was there.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. You look at those 3 teams in the Europa League; they're all selling clubs.
Yes.
So you're selling players. You have to reinvest and find new players that you're hoping you're going to cash out on, and you have twice the amount of games than what you're normally used to if you go decently far in the competition. Look at Newcastle, for example. Newcastle, when they're not in Europe, fighting for top 4, fighting for top 6. When they are in Europe, 14th place. And Newcastle got a better squad than all 3 of them fucking teams do. So that's the reason why I'm saying that there is no guarantee that England gets the coefficient this year. There's no guarantee in that because of what it is in the rest of those competitions. It's not like you got Chelsea and fucking Man United in the Europa League and the rest of the teams in Europa League are fucking scrubs.
Yeah.
It's not like that whatsoever. You got Brighton, you got Sunderland, Bournemouth, and Palace, who we all don't know who they're keeping from those teams and who they may buy next, and then wondering if they're going to be able to go and win the Europa League. That's why I'm saying that this is going to be a very different season for the Premier League because of the European team. That's why I'm going to go back to the point. When you got those 3 teams all in fucked up positions, that's why I see Spurs moving up the ladder. I'm not saying Spurs is going to be fighting for the top 6, but I do see them being a mid-table club because those other clubs are going to have domino effects of playing that many more games than what they're used to.
Understood.
So what do you
So
think? If,
in a way,
Chelsea's no guarantee, and that's the other
Right.
thing. Chelsea's no guarantee to be a success story overnight.
no.
They're not here. Let's think of Chelsea for a sec. Big up J Lux, my bro.
Yeah, big up
Big
J
up
Lux,
J Lux,
man.
my guy, every single
Yeah.
time. Big up PFC. Big up AFC always as well. But let's look at Chelsea, for example. Let's
Yes.
just say that Xabi Alonso's going to line up with this 3-4-3. You're telling me a Cole Palmer who's on 18 months of bad form, João
And an
Pedro,
injury away from completely falling apart.
yeah, João Pedro and Pedro Neto up top is magically going to make Chelsea a fucking contender for the title. I'm sorry, no, it's not. Because, one, you have no idea what's going to happen with Reece James. You have no idea what ends up happening with Enzo Fernandez as far as being sold or not. Your best left back
is look like Chalobah might go as well.
Chalobah might go.
Yeah.
Cucurella's gone. And here's the other problem. If you play with a back line of three, who you matching up with that fucking bum? Not a bum, because he's actually their decent center back. But what two bums are you matching up with Levi Colwell?
Levi
There-
Colwell.
and-
Oh,
and
no.
But Joel Hatsu, who can play left back and centre back. That's the only
Tragic.
player I can think
Well,
of.
but
Joel
that's
Hatsu.
what I'm saying.
Tragic.
If you're looking at it, right? If you lose
Oh,
Enzo
yeah.
Fernandez,
Gianna, you also forgot
now that
Chelsea
means
have
you're going to have to
Garnacho.
move Reece James into the middle. You're going to have Caicedo and Reece James in the middle, Gusto and Hato. I'm sorry, nothing of that impresses me.
Yeah.
Nothing of that impresses me as far as going forward to score goals. Nothing impresses me about that.
You also forgot they have. You also have to forget, Gianni. They have Garnacho, so they're definitely ain't doing shit.
And they have Jamie
They
Gittins
definitely
as
ain't
well.
doing
Don't forget they got Jamie Gittins
Exactly.
as well.
Yeah.
And who's that fucking hammerhead shark looking bum that's the other striker? Delap.
Delap.
So you're telling me that backup three is going to do something? I'm sorry, man. You can fucking lose.
Estevao as well. Don't
Yeah.
forget you got Estevao as well. And then over.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Oh, yeah.
Chelsea have to start making some changes to their ownership, because if they
Yeah.
continue to persist with this ownership, then I'm sorry, they're not going to challenge for anything next season. So if
Chelsea need to protest.
so if
They
I'm
need
Chelsea,
to protest and not go to a game.
if I'm a
Let's
Chelsea fan,
go back to shit. Fuck that.
So Gianni, what do you think if Arsenal win the Champions League next season? Because this season we were very close, but this manager cost us this final. So do you think we
Yes.
might have a better chance next season if we win the Champions League?
No.
Okay,
No.
I'm just saying, because Arteta cost us this final, because if he hadn't played that defensive style of football against PSG, then we could have won that Champions League. It's all because of Arteta's foolishness.
Think about it, Macy. He
Of
played that
course.
squad captain and the donkey Havertz. If he played Eze
Yeah.
and Yokeres, then we would have won
Knew
that
it.
game.
I
And
knew
I
it.
agree, Kawaja, because this defensive style of football is costing us. We should be destroying PSG, because PSG didn't even try to attack us apart from
Nope.
that penalty we gave them because of Mosquera.
Being an idiot.
He's an absolute motherfucking Spanish waste man. I do not know why we bought this guy from Valencia.
Well,
you,
Are you going to
Gianni,
use him
me,
as a
you,
scapegoat?
Gianni, we
Because let's
watched
be real, you
that.
cannot just use him as the scapegoat. You cannot just tell me that.
I know.
Yeah, exactly.
I know,
Because
because the
here's
thing
here's the
is-
problem at the end of the day. Look at this whole situation with Yuri and Timber. He didn't even make the World Cup because
I
Arteta
know.
kept playing him hurt.
We had no choice but to start Mosquera. I
Exactly.
understand it.
And if you look
But
at
the problem is, Mosquera for me is the most rashest player in the team. This is why I watch La Liga and I've seen how he plays for Valencia.
But Macy, here's the thing: the kid's 20 years old.
I know.
I could hear your argument more if Mosquera was 25, 26 and has applied his trade for a while. This guy's still a young buck learning his
I
game.
know.
So that's why I'm not. Listen, I hear with what you're saying, but here's also the problem. Arteta's in-game management is also the problem here, because if you watch
That's
that,
true.
we scored the goal. The rest of the game, they couldn't fucking score at all. When you look at what you have to look at what happened with Enrique. If you go back and watch the game, look at Vitinha's starting place on the ball first half versus second half. He's deeper, which now is pulling the press out a little bit more than where it was. And then also look, because people were trying to hype up, Hincapié and Mosquera and this. Saka and fucking Trossard played defense the whole game. They were doubling up on the wingers the whole game. That's why they couldn't find their way through that first half against us. Once Enrique had the ball start deeper to pull the press out, then you started seeing more gaps here and there for Vara and for Doué to start attacking the fullbacks more, which is ultimately what led to them getting the penalty, because him pulling the press out, Saka and Trossard were not going as back far enough to help double up on the wingers anymore. Because look at how many breakaways PSG had against us in that second half.
Yeah.
Because he was able to pull the press out more. So
Yes.
that's why I can't, for me, I'm in agreement. We lost that game because of Arteta's tactics.
Yeah, that's true.
We
Because
lost that game because of Arteta's, because here's the other thing. Every time PSG's been knocked out in the past, who's always the weakest link on that team? Marquinhos. We never attacked Marquinhos that whole fucking game. That
Of
dude
course.
is so prone to mistakes. It's not even fucking funny. It's not.
good.
People try to
It's
hide.
always that
out
you
of
mentioned
position.
we didn't attack
He was out of
Marquinhos
position
because-
against Morocco, and he's always been out of position in every game I see. We don't talk. Gyökeres should be starting that game. If Gyökeres started that
Yeah.
game, Marquinhos would have been in
But-
big trouble.
But credit to Kai Havertz for scoring that opening goal. I know I've been a bit I've been on his case for the past couple of games, but he turned up in that Champions League final. But I mean, Gyökeres, I thought to myself, Gyökeres should have started that game, but in the end, it's
I
up
think
to us.
Gyökeres should have started.
Gyökeres should have absolutely started that
If you-
game, and
if
he
you're
had given
gonna
them
play-
service. They probably would have had
But
a
it's
chance.
because of Arteta.
Havertz has
Continue-
good link-up play. He's got good
If
at
you-
link-up.
if
Oh,
you
but
look at-
Kai
if you look
Havertz
at the
looks
way
like
that we
Dwayne Johnson
played-
with those muscles.
If you look at the way that we played that game, we played a 4-4-2. If you were
Yeah.
going to play a 4-4-2, you should have just said, fuck it, I'm starting Gyökeres and Havertz at the same time. And just
Yeah,
said,
that
screw
would
it,
be a
let's do
good
it that
plan.
way.
But the manager doesn't learn, Gianni. He continues to play his favorites.
Well, he's going to learn this year.
Yeah,
He's going to have to learn this year.
I know. If we want to retain our title, then
This,
he has
this is
to.
what happens. Yeah. This is what happens when you play Rice in the 6. He looks way better in the 6 than in the 8. Rice 6,
course.
MLS 8, it looks way better. Rice can just do the defensive work. We have to use Zubamendi as a number 6 when he's not even close to a number 6. He
I
he
got
doesn't.
rid of that fucking ball.
And it's fun. It's good that you mentioned we didn't target Marquinhos, Gianni. We were just going after that Ukrainian defender at one point. That Zabini.
Zabarny. Yeah.
Yeah, we were
and
just
that's the thing
targeting
that I'm
him.
saying. You attack him when he was never getting pushed out of position or tracking up the way Marquinhos did that whole game.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that Zabarny is a better defender than Marquinhos, but I'm just going off the historical facts here. Marquinhos was out of position when PSG got knocked out against Chelsea in the Champions League in years past. And that was even with him, because here's the thing that everybody forgets. Marquinhos looked good because he was next to fucking Thiago Silva for so many years.
That's true. Yeah.
As soon as Thiago Silva got removed, PSG wasn't worth a fuck. They weren't worth shit in the Champions League. It wasn't until they got rid of Mbappe and all them guys and built a squad together underneath Enrique to where Marquinhos' problems were then covered up because of how good the team is going forward. Back in the day, when it was Galacticos PSG, you could say whatever you want about Neymar, Mbappe, or Messi not coming back to help out defensively. Marquinhos is always out of position.
Yeah.
You could have PSG play against Lincoln Park High School in Chicago at that time, and fucking Marquinhos is going to be out of position next to a 16-year-old. He'll still be out of position.
Jesus.
But the one player we were targeting was the goalkeeper of PSG, that Savarov guy.
Yeah.
Oh, he sucks.
When Kai Havertz scored
He
that goal, he was just
sucks.
like ducking like this and like. But the one thing I gave that goalkeeper of PSG credit for was the fact that he's good at saving penalties.
Mhm.
Yeah. Apart from that, apart from him not saving Kai Havertz's shot for the goal, that penalty shootout, he was amazing. David Rea, like, I just don't know why he just dives to one side when the shot is about to be taken.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you think Arsenal should get that guy? I like Buati. I think he's a good player.
Yeah, I've
think
seen
that
it. I've seen it.
I think
I
he's good
watched his
signing.
game against Scotland. He played very well.
I think he's a good player, but what I
Yeah.
think with him is you don't rush him into the team like you did Zubamendi. If you're going to
Yeah.
sign Buati, you ease him into the team to allow him to learn the Premier League. And I'll be fully honest, I think Miles Lewis-Skelly should be the starting midfielder next to Rice coming into this
Agreed.
season.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. I mean, Buati. I did see his game against Scotland. On Sunday, he played all right in that game, but I wouldn't take. I would sign him, but I just don't think. I just
He's
think
not
we
a
should-
world beater yet.
Yeah, I just think we should give Skelly an opportunity to start in midfield because
He
I want
was
to
good against Brazil though, but Vinny got player of the match, so because he scored a wonder goal.
Yeah, but here's the thing, and this is another topic when we talk about like transfers for Arsenal. Bruno Guimaraes is showing that he ain't what the fuck people say he is. Bruno Guimaraes looks absolutely terrible in that Brazil midfield. That motherfucker lost the ball like it was going out of style.
Yeah.
That game against
That's why
Morocco,
we shouldn't sign
Morocco was
Guimaraes.
running all over them boys. Him and Casemiro look like a deer in the headlights.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't guys take
almost look like
Sabara
you
was
look like an
absolutely
old
amazing
version of
against
Michael Vick.
Scotland.
That's
Did you
how
see
bad
his
it was.
goal? Did you see
Kick was
Sabara's
horrible.
goal against Scotland? He banged it into the top corner.
Yeah,
He's
I saw
good,
it.
that kid.
Angus
He's
Gunn
going
just
to
had
Bayern
one
as well.
hand.
He's going to Bayern as well.
What a goal!
Yeah.
He's going to Bayern.
Angus Gunn was
Yeah.
absolutely abysmal. I don't know why he stuck out one hand when Sabara took that shot. I'm
Isn't it
sorry.
cheap too? Isn't he going to Bayern for only like 40 million?
Angus Gunn.
What?
Saibari.
Oh, I thought you were talking
Saibari's
about
going
Angus
to
Gunn.
Bayern. No, Bayern
Yeah.
signed him. He's going to Bayern.
Yeah, he is. Well, the France game is suspended because of the weather. I think it's
Yep.
heavy rains, thunder.
This is
Where-
exactly why. This isn't. It's in
Where they playing?
Philadelphia, and I need to. Sorry, I
Philadelphia.
don't mean to.
I'm
The
happy
United
that
States did
Scotland are in the
a horrific job. They did a horrific job not preparing for this World Cup, knowing that there's going to be rain on the East Coast. Yet they still decide, oh, guess what? Let's play outdoors and do all this and risk a 6-hour rain delay. You assholes, just absolute morons. Like Houston's a dome, Dallas is a dome, LA's a dome. Why they don't put a game in? Why they don't put a game in Indiana or Wisconsin? It's
don't know.
beyond me. It's beyond me,
So
Gianni.
Wait,
It's
there's no dome in
embarrassing.
Wisconsin.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean that.
There's
There's
no
a dome
dome
in
in
Indiana.
Wisconsin.
There's
Yeah,
a dome
who
in
the fuck would
Minnesota.
go to
Like this is
Indianapolis?
ridiculous.
Yeah, but again, you have to? But see, here's the thing that you got to take into consideration. As much as I hear you and that it's stupid, the problem is you also have to look at it from a logistical standpoint. Who the fuck wants to go to Indianapolis? It's a shithole.
No, but do you want to have a 6-hour rain delay?
No, I don't. But at the same time, here's the problem. Who the fuck? You can't get to Indianapolis unless you do a connection flight.
Oh yeah.
There
that's
is
right.
no way that you're going to tell how many French fans did they say come over? 20,000?
Something like that.
Okay, you ain't going to get 20,000 people to some little small shithole fucking airport in Indianapolis off
True.
of certain connection flights. It ain't going to happen.
Right.
It ain't happening.
So
No,
what,
you're right.
Gianni? What do you think of Scotland in the World Cup so far? Have they been playing very well?
They've been playing well, but tell you one thing, their fucking fans are nuts.
I know.
There was
They drank,
Yeah,
they
so
drank
they-
Boston dry.
Yeah, the
I was
first
about
game
to say,
against
there are so many times that the Boston were in danger of not having. Yeah, that they need to get beer for the next however
They're
long
home now.
Styles
They're in
remains
Miami
World Cup.
now. The
Their
Sky's in
first game
Miami now.
against Haiti. I think they won their first World Cup match against Haiti, their first ever win in the tournament for like 95 years. And then
95 years?
Yeah, they've not won a World Cup match ever, like for 95 years. That
No,
was like
not 95. It's their first win since 98.
I was about to say because I remember
yeah,
that.
sorry, my bad. It's just like Scotland have never played in the World Cup in their lives since the 90s, and now that they're back in the tournament.
It's the same as Norway as well. Norway haven't been to a World Cup since '98.
Since '98, yeah.
And Egypt as well,
Yeah.
like this, and Egypt got their first ever win at the World Cup too.
Yep,
They won
yeah, that's
3-1
right.
against New Zealand.
Yeah, Mohamed
right.
Salah was partying in the streets with the Egypt fans after the game. It was insane.
Yeah,
92.
I also
since
need to
the
say
last
this.
win in the World Cup.
I need to say this. I think England is going to struggle against Ghana tomorrow. I don't care what anyone tells me. I know Ghana didn't look all that great, but I'm
I
telling
agree.
you, England against a competent nation, they're gonna struggle. They struggled
agree.
against the Croatia team that's not even all that.
Look,
Why people are hyping up England is beyond me.
Look, I understand what you're
I
saying,
think
Chike.
it's more
I
of
get
the
it.
English media hyping up England than it is actual people hyping up England.
That's another
I
issue.
understand, Chike. I know that England could struggle against Ghana, but I still think we'll find. I still think they'll find a way to win, even though Ghana can cause problems. I still think England will find a way to get something.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only player that I'm worried for at Ghana is Antoine Semenyo. That's the only player I'm worried.
Come on. No.
I think England gets past Ghana. I think where England's going to struggle is depending on how the bracket lines up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm also going to say this. If the
Yeah.
US play England in a knockout game, you better watch out, England. I think the US is going to out physical them. They're going to out muscle them. I'm telling you, England's going to knock out, or US is going to knock out England. Just watch.
We'll have to see.
Watch.
We'll have to see if England do face the United States of America, or they could face Mexico.
That's another. I'm not even
You guys
going
just
to
smoked that.
Mexico.
Yeah.
No. I think
We'll
Mexico
see.
smokes England.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Let's see who
I'm
England
terribly
will.
sorry.
If England
No
win
way,
their
no
next
way
two games,
England beats Mexico at least 3-1.
yeah.
No, you're being way too. Where do you get 3-1
Chike,
from?
I can't see Ghana getting a result against
Because
England. I just
Mexico's
don't.
dog shit. The only reason why Mexico's playing good is because they got home ground in Mexico.
But having home field is.
You'll see. You'll find out. You'll find out. Mexico's always good to look good in the group stages. When Mexico gets into the knockout stages, they shit the bed every time.
It's like USA. They can be good in the group stages, but they'll get knocked down.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I
but
think
here's
I
the
think
difference.
England will
Here's
get
the
past
difference with
Mexico or
Mexico
America.
and the United States. Here's the biggest problem. Mexico,
what's the problem?
if you watch them play, Mexico likes to play ISO football. They like to play basketball style football. The two wingers, the number 10 and the striker, all think that they're Messi and they're going to dribble 10 guys and fucking score. That's the problem with Mexico. They play too much selfish bullshit to why I don't think they're going to fucking beat England. Where the United States gives England a problem is on the attacking side. If you look at defensively, I think Jordan Henderson can get outworked by Tyler Adams and
Weston McKennie.
I don't
Malik
I
Tillman.
don't think Tuchel's going to risk starting Henderson against the United States of America. I think he'll go with the same midfield of Rice and Anderson. In my opinion,
Rice being hurt. Rice being hurt. Is a worry for England.
Yeah, I'm a bit worried about Rice's health, about Rice's injury.
That's the big problem. Big up the legend Shane.
Big up my guy
Shane Guna, the
Big up
legend.
Shane.
Man.
Big up Shane.
Big up Shane.
Yeah.
And PFC, I agree with this. I think a lot of people
I
are
agree
sleeping
with
on
that.
Japan. I think Japan's
I
got a
agree with
solid
that.
little team. I think
Yeah,
Japan
I
can
agree.
catch somebody off guard. But real quick, to get to what PFC was asking earlier about this, Spurs can have Marcus Rashford. I don't want Marcus Rashford at Arsenal.
Nah,
I also don't want him at City.
As I said, I do not
It's
want
the same
another
thing as the
washed-up player
reverse.
at my football club.
And us as Arsenal fans, we're still pissed off about Robin Van Persie going to Manchester United. I do
Me
not want a
too.
Manchester United reject
I
coming
just-
to Arsenal. Go fuck
It's more
off.
because of Arsene Wenger's stubbornness. I don't know what made him decide to sell Van Persie to our biggest rivals. I don't know why. I know money. I understand he wanted to get money off of Van Persie, but he could have at least given Van Persie another chance to show him that he can still win the Premier League with that team. But in the end, Arsene Wenger. I mean, I still respect Wenger for all the things he has done for Arsenal, all the amazing memories he's given to this great football club. Him and George Graham together, they revolutionized Arsenal. But there are times that Wenger can sometimes pull out his stubbornness, like the fact that he wants to show that he can at least be a bit overconfident with himself.
But who of you? Obviously, I think we all think right now Turkey is easily the biggest flop of the tournament.
Yeah,
100%.
I cannot believe
I'm very, very
I
disappointed.
just cannot
disappointed in
believe that Turkey lost. That Turkey got absolutely smoked by Australia,
And-
and then they had so many chances to like equalize against Paraguay, and they just couldn't take their chances. Like,
How do you have 62 shots on target between 2 games and you can't score?
wow,
0 goals. Yeah,
No
62
goals.
shots.
I can't believe it.
62 shots.
62 shots.
And look
62
at-
shots.
And look at the
Games
squad
they
of
couldn't score.
Turkey. Look at their squad. They got Artagula, Antakoglu, and Derimau, and they still couldn't find a way to beat Paraguay.
Or Australia.
Or
Yeah.
Australia.
Look at the way
Both of them.
Look at the way the United States beat Australia with penetration and being able to attack. How the fuck do you not see? This is where Montella got everything wrong. The Australia game he got wrong because if you know that Australia is going to line up with a back 5, why do you have Why do you have a number 8 in your number 10 in Kokshu? Kokshu should be sitting next to Shalanoglu, and you let all your attackers just go blitz these motherfuckers. You should have had Badish Yilmaz on the left, Akgun on the right. No, Yildiz on the left, Akgun in the middle, Yilmaz on the right, and Akturkoglu is the striker. And you should have played them off the fucking park. And then same thing with Paraguay. 2 teams that set up the exact same way. Listen, the early goal that Paraguay scored against Turkey, it is what it is. That happens. But they got a red card and we're down to 10 men for 45 minutes in a fucking game. You got all them ballers and you can't score on 10 men. That's bullshit.
Was he smiling when he was doing this? Like,
Who, Almiron?
I have no idea.
Oh, Almiron was talking shit.
Of course he
He
was.
was covering his mouth. He was like,
Yeah, he
talking.
was doing this
Great.
with his mouth when
It was the Prestiani rule.
Did you see Belgium's red card against Iran where that Ngon
They
guy
got a
just
red card?
Yeah, they drew nil.
It's a definite red card, bro. It's a definite red card. It's a clear goal opportunity.
He pushed that Iranian player on the
The
ground.
amount of red cards in this World Cup is crazy.
I was just gonna say, I don't think I've ever.
But you
seen
know
this
what?
many
I
World
haven't
Cup.
had that much of a problem with the referees in these games. I don't think the referees have gotten that
me
many
neither.
bad calls.
I
And
hear
I'll
a
be
lot
honest
of
with you.
I
They need to instill this 5-second rule for the throw-ins, and they need to instill these quick corners because you're seeing so much better football as far as the amount of ball being in play. There isn't nowhere near the amount of time wasting that we've seen across all the leagues and even more so in the Premier League like we did last season with this tournament. Whether the football is not where we would like it to be the entire time, at least the ball is in play a lot more in this tournament than what we saw from all the leagues last year. That's what I will give them. And I'll be honest with you, they have been spectacular with VAR. They're showing everybody how VAR is actually supposed to be fucking used. Not take 10 fucking minutes and try to get ratings boost because everybody's bored out of their fucking mind. So we're going to do something stupid.
This is also why I don't watch the Premier League anymore. It's I shouldn't, and I know I really shouldn't say it because I'm a City fan, but I can't stand. I mean, if they can do this well for the World Cup, why is it so hard for it to translate to the Premier League? I genuinely do not understand. I genuinely don't understand.
Ratings
I don't want to
With
hear.
these throw-ins, by the way. We're genuinely in big trouble with the throw-ins, with the time wasting. We're in big
Of
trouble.
course. And
With
also,
Raya
I hear a lot of fans saying that that McTominay, like for the incident against Morocco, I hear a lot of fans saying that should have been a penalty to Scotland because McTominay, because apparently McTominay went down in the box. Do you think that was a penalty, or do you think that McTominay is I don't know why he does all this drama.
McTominay's a fucking tank. That little dude from Morocco should not be taking you out the way that it was. I'm sorry, I disagree.
There was contact, but it's just soft. It's not a penalty.
I've seen McTominay run over Bastoni in Serie A. You're telling me that little midget from Morocco did that to McTominay? Nah, bro. You were trying to get a penalty. Stop bullshit.
Was John McGinn's one a penalty? Did you think it was a penalty for John McGinn's one?
Yes. For John McGinn's, I did.
Yeah, I agree. Do you think Scotland have a chance of beating Brazil in their last game, or do you think they'll struggle?
Yeah, I think Scotland has a
anybody's
chance.
got a chance with how shit Brazil's been.
Yeah, this is
All
the
right,
worst.
then, let's
This is
see.
the worst Brazil team. I also need to say
Neymar's
I
back as well, so there's a
Well, here's
possibility that Neymar
the
will
only
start.
problem Scotland has is that they don't have a competent striker. Kay Adams sucks. Shea
Shea
Adams is dog shit.
Lyndon
I don't know
Downs
how-
is a scrub as well.
Gianni, my man, I don't know how Che Adams is now Torino striker. Why did he go to Torino?
Because Torino was given open tryouts because they're that bad.
Wow. Wow.
Basically, if my fat ass decided to lose 30 pounds and get in shape
Yeah,
for a
me
year,
too.
I could probably get the job at Torino striker.
I was about to say I could.
Lyndon
lose
Dykes
some
was Lyndon Dykes is not a good striker. Do you guys know Lyndon Dykes?
Yeah,
No.
for QPR. Does he play for QPR or is he?
No, he plays for Charlton.
Yeah, I don't
He
really.
used to be with QPR though, no?
Charlton, you know.
Yeah, he did use. Yeah, he used to
Yeah.
play for QPR. Then he played for Birmingham. Now he's playing for Charlton.
No. The problem with Scotland with this team is they don't have a competent striker. If they had a
Yeah.
competent striker, they'd actually be kind of dangerous because I like their midfield between McGinn, McTominay,
Well,
and all
there
the
is
guys
one
they-
striker that I believe is the best striker for them. His name is Lawrence Shankland, but for some reason Steve Clark doesn't want to start him. Do you guys know Lawrence Shankland?
Mm-mm.
I don't.
I think he plays in the Scottish Premiership with. I think he
Ah.
plays for Rangers. If
Well,
I'm,
then that's a shocker. Why, if he's playing for
Yeah.
Rangers, why doesn't he get a chance to start?
it's
Yeah,
because
that's
of
what I mean.
it's because of Steve Clark. Steve Clark is the biggest problem at Scotland so far.
There's a
Yeah, I
possibility that Neymar will start against Scotland.
Well, let's see.
Oh
Yeah,
God.
let's see.
I don't think that makes that much of a fucking difference.
I was just gonna say
What about
But-
Portugal? Do you think they have a chance of beating Uzbekistan, or do you think they'll
no.
If they don't beat Uzbekistan, Cristiano Ronaldo should retire right after the game, and they should
Yeah.
fire Roberto Martinez immediately.
Yeah,
Or-
I agree.
I mean, they got
What they
Colombia in
should
the
do
last game.
is
That's
that
going to
they
be a
should-
big text.
Or what they
big
should do
test
is
for
that
them.
if they lose to Uzbekistan, leave Cristiano Ronaldo and Roberto Martinez and wherever the hell that game's going to be played. Just leave him there. Just leave him there. Take all their money and just leave him there.
And it wouldn't surprise me if Fabio Cannavaro's nation, they beat Portugal. They might not beat Portugal, but they might do the same thing that Congo did.
If Uzbekistan gets a draw off of Portugal, there's gonna be a lot of people that need to shut the fuck up talking about football. Because there was a lot of people trying to tell me, "Oh, Portugal's better than France and Spain." Yeah,
Not even close.
how you looking
Really?
right now?
Come on.
I don't know. But no,
There were
no,
so
you're
many
right,
people-
Gianni. No, you're right,
There
Gianni.
were so
fans need
many
to fuck
fucking
off.
people
These
trying to
fans
say,
are-
"Oh, it's already over because Cristiano Ronaldo was with Trump in the White House. They're gonna fix the World Cup for Ronaldo." Brother, get the fuck out.
He and Trump can fuck off. I hate both. of
Ian
them.
Trump can go fuck right off. I also need
Bro,
to say this.
I'm sick of. I'm sick of.
Ronaldo is the biggest problem for Portugal. Roberto Martinez came out. in
No,
the press
Roberto
conference-
Martinez is the biggest problem for Portugal.
Yeah, he
No,
continues to
completely
persist with
disagree.
Ronaldo
No, no, no,
up
no, no,
front.
no, 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 no,
When he could have
no,
got
no,
where-
no, 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 no. That CR7, that CR7, he's Portugal's worst player. He's Portugal's worst attacker, and
He's
yet
not
they still
Portugal's
start him.
worst player. He's not Portugal's
What?
worst player by a
What?
mile. He's not the
How?
worst player by a mile.
It's the manager. The manager's
The manager
continu-
plays
the
Ronaldo,
manager's
bro. That's the
continuing
manager.
to start him every game, and no matter what happens,
Exactly.
Ronaldo doesn't turn up. It's on the manager because
But the thing
Roberto
is-
Martinez was a failure.
So you're telling
at
me
Wigan
right now,
Athletic, despite
if
him
you
winning
swap
the FA
managers,
Cup.
You're telling me right now, if you swap managers, Roberto Martinez goes to Brazil and Carlo Ancelotti goes to Portugal, you think Carlo Ancelotti is going to put up with the bullshit that the rest of that team is doing?
No,
Oh, hell
no.
No.
Of course not.
Oh hell
They-
no.
them
Roberto
players-
Martinez subbed off Vitinha for Gonçalo Ramos. He could have subbed off Ronaldo instead of Vitinha.
This is the problem, Kawaja.
No,
because
I hear what
Martinez
you're what you're
continues-
saying, but the thing is that the problem is that Roberto Martinez is scared shitless of CR7 because he knows he can't touch him. That's the issue.
Yeah.
But
So
again,
people
that's
can
a
say, oh,
him problem. That's a him problem, not a Ronaldo problem.
Yeah.
Again, you could say the same thing with the analogy that I said earlier when we talked about this. When Ronaldo went to Manchester United, when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was there, whether anybody said he was untouchable or not because he was returning to Manchester United, that was Ole's fault for putting him in the position that then became a problem the next year for Erik ten Hag. And then Erik ten Hag had to go about it a certain way to handle the Ronaldo situation. Now, he ended up better off. But again, the problem is with Roberto Martinez is if there was this many problems in the locker room with Cristiano Ronaldo with choosing this team, this is on you for setting the precedent to allow that. Same thing can be said about Didier Deschamps. Didier Deschamps doesn't ask Kylian Mbappe to come back and play defense. Hasn't done it at the international level. Look what it's now gotten into at the fucking club level because you don't want to do it at the club level. You got to set that shit out right then and there. If you know that half of your team is not going to play for Ronaldo, he shouldn't even be on the fucking team. Plain and simple.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
Yeah.
That's why for me, I'm not blaming Ronaldo. You're taking advantage. You're exploiting a situation, which is why I said 35% of this problem has to be laid at your feet. But the majority is on the manager. You either have the balls as a manager and set the fucking tone and the precedent, or you let the inmate, as the old saying is, you let the inmates run the asylum and see what you get out of it. You ain't going to get shit.
No.
That's the problem here. Again, there were times in that game Ronaldo's making good runs into the box, but because one guy has a problem with Ronaldo, they're passing it backwards.
Yeah.
So either you put a team out there that's going to work with Ronaldo, or you grow a set of balls and say, check it out, player. You can't go 90 minutes no more. We're going to put you in with 25 minutes to use your
Or just
goal
not put you in at all.
Or you say, I'm not going to put you in at all. But you got to have a pair of balls to do that. Roberto Martinez don't have that. Roberto Martinez is still living off of fucking 2012 getting Everton to the Champions League. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
2013 FA Cup win with Wigan, and
I was
still
about to say,
couldn't
they
keep
beat
them back
Wigan.
Premier League.
Yeah,
Exactly.
they beat
He's a
City.
failure.
Roberto Martinez has a job because of that. Because what's hilarious about everybody not talking about Roberto Martinez, this is the same jagoff that walked into the 2016 Euros with Belgium as the clear favorites, walking because it was the golden generation, and Antonio Conte showed up with the shittiest Italian national team we've ever seen.
I remember that.
Yeah, Belgium.
And little fucking midget Giaccherini got Axel Witzel's hair to go straight from that shitty ass nappy afro he had because Italy slapped the fuck out of that team.
He had the Belgium 2018 as well.
Dog shit.
Roberto
He's a
Martinez,
jack-off.
2018 World Cup with that Belgium
Yeah.
team, and he still couldn't do anything with it.
Yeah.
He's a hand
Let's
job
talk.
jack
Let's
off.
talk about Canada. They won 6-0 against Qatar. Do you think Canada will surprise
No.
all of us?
No.
I hate
They
They can
Canada.
beat
I'm just
Qatar
saying
if they want.
because I'm just saying because
First of all, I want to say this: Jesse Marsh can go fuck himself.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He was a
Marsh can go
failure.
fuck himself.
He was a failure at Leeds and at Leipzig. Both of them. He
100%.
was a failure.
Well, he was also a failure in the MLS.
Yeah.
Wait, really?
First of all, the fact that Jesse Marsh had the gall to get on TV and talk about the United States men's national team when he was an assistant manager needed more fucking kick up the backside to get hyped for a World Cup game is bullshit. Sorry, bro. You and all the other jagoffs that used to run U.S. men's soccer with Arenas and all them other fucking idiots were the problem, not the fucking players. Because it's amazing how this is the best squad that we've ever had as a nation, and they're playing this well, yet you wanted to do, oh, no, we can only get the guys that play in America. We're doing it the American way. Yeah, okay. Look how far you got, you fucking dumbass. No.
Yeah, that's what I say. Look how far you got.
I can't believe you would say that to the
I
whole
hope
world.
Canada gets the absolute shit kicked out of them when they go into that fucking knockout stage.
Yeah. I just cannot believe he said that to the whole world, Jesse Marsh. Like,
He's
why
an
would he
asshole.
say
He's an idiot.
I
He's
know.
an asshole. Moron.
all of
He's an
these people, they
He's
just
a
come out and
jagoff.
say
You know
like,
what? You know what? Fuck that. Just for that, I hope the United States gets Canada in the knockout round so we can beat them again. That way, we will make Canada the 51st state. Go fuck yourself.
Absolutely.
Fuck Canada with this
I think
stupid
Jesse
shit.
Marsh was asking Donald
Bullshit.
Trump for an apology. I'm like, calm down.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I-
Crikey, man.
I show
God,
speed
dude,
is the
Canada
worst of them all.
suck.
I show speed is the worst of them all, guys.
Oh, my, please.
He was commentating the
Speed.
France Senegal game.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I was watching his video and he was commentating the France Senegal game.
Bro, he's an idiot.
I know because because he says that he's a big fan of Cristiano.
He tried saying, what did he say?
I don't even know.
He goes,
I wanna know
Portugal's
what he
going to
said.
win because he's a big Ronaldo fan. He
Oh
said
my
Portugal's
fucking
going to
God.
win, and I forgot what he said. He was talking reckless to who was it?
I don't
Zlatan.
even want to.
Zlatan and Thierry
If
Henry
it was
it?
Zlatan,
Yeah, because
if you
I
had-
was
if
saying,
it was to
yo,
Zlatan,
Zlatan.
Zlatan needs to literally punch him in the face.
Zlatan was
Because
like,
this I show speed is a
Zlatan
fucking.
was like, what are you
I'm telling
doing?
you, he's an absolute.
But, like,
I don't know why he keeps
jack
moving.
off.
But
Yeah,
like, who did he say? No, what he was trying to say that Cristiano Ronaldo's the greatest of all time to them two.
No,
Yeah.
no.
I
Yeah.
can't believe
No,
he would
oh
say
my
that to Zlatan and Henry. If I'm
He's
Zlatan, I would wait this guy in. I should
You
speak
need
as
to
a-
weigh him. He is an
Ronaldo,
absolute
Ronaldo
is a
dumbass.
punk.
He
He
is
was
a
also-
dumbass.
You know what made me happy? I should speak getting RKO'd by Randy Orton at WrestleMania. He was wearing a Prime bottle and he was walking to the ring with Logan Paul at one point.
No.
Yeah, he did.
Oh my days.
That was the best moment for me when he got RKO'd.
Christ.
I should
Jesus
just shut his
Christ.
mouth.
Man said that CR7 is the goat to Thierry Henry and Zlatan. Like, is this guy like? I need to know. I need to know what kind of weed he smokes. I mean, that
Zlatan and Henry are the two greatest footballers in all of the years that they've given. Would you agree, Gianni, that Zlatan and no?
Zlatan and Henry are not better than Ronaldo, not in my opinion. Definitely not.
Wait.
Zlatan. Henry,
You're talking
Henry,
about CR7. If you're talking about CR7, no. I'm sorry.
okay, what has Zlatan done that's better than CR7?
He's a better footballer for one.
No, he's not.
Oh,
No, he's
come
not.
on now.
Not even
Come on
close.
now.
Not even close.
I mean, Henry's the best. I would.
Henry for me. So here's Henry. I think is a better footballer than Cristiano Ronaldo.
There's
I
about
think
20
Henry-
footballers that are better than CR7.
You are
There's so
vividly-
many.
You are
There's
vividly incorrect.
So many.
You are
I mean,
Name me
come
one.
on.
Name me one. Then name me one. Is it gonna? I bet it's gonna
Lionel
be Neymar,
Messi.
right? You're gonna put Neymar, right?
We
Neymar.
know
Messi.
Messi's
I
better
would
than
say
him.
Messi. I like
R9's
Messi.
better than him.
Messi is
Freaking
better than him.
Ronaldinho's
That's
I like
not even-
Messi. Messi will always be my number one favorite footballer.
Messi's definitely.
He
better
scored
than
a hat trick against Austria
Jesus
today.
Christ.
No, he didn't
Oh,
score.
he scored two. He missed the penalty.
Oh wow!
Oh
Yeah,
wow!
penalty.
The world's gonna
He
end.
missed the penalty? Wow.
No! Come on now.
It's okay. I
Well,
mean, at
Messi's
least
better. Messi's better than Ronaldo, but Zlatan's
yeah,
Ronaldo.
Okay,
Not
that's
even
fair.
close.
that's good.
Not
Yeah,
even
Henri's better than Ronaldo. I mean, come on, man. How can Henri's miles? Oh, come on.
Again, ability with the ball and everything. Okay, here's the problem that I think a lot of people get misconstrued with Ronaldo, and I hate being the devil's advocate on this because I'm not that much of a Ronaldo fan.
No one is.
If you're asking me favorite, big up Jez every time.
Big up, Jez.
Big up.
Big up, Jez. The Godfather. Messi
Here's-
is
here's-
literally
here's
the greatest
the thing.
footballer I've ever
you
seen.
got my
Cristiano Ronaldo had to change his game whether anybody likes it or not, simply
Okay.
because of the fact that when you look at that Real Madrid team at the time versus that Barcelona team, there was nobody on that team that was going to score the amount of goals needed to keep up with that team. There just wasn't. I don't care what scenario you want to. Higuain wasn't going to score 40 goals a fucking year.
No,
That
but
wasn't gonna-
Benzema could have.
no, he couldn't.
Benzema literally have to hold himself back.
Benzema had to hold himself back for the betterment of the team because Benzema knew he couldn't score as many goals as Cristiano Ronaldo. All you have to do is go back and look at the first 2 years they were there. Benzema and Higuain were missing sitters left, right, and center. That's the whole reason why they sold Higuain, so that Benzema knew as a youngster that he would give up time on scoring goals to aid Ronaldo in scoring. Ronaldo changed his game because of that knee injury. That
Yes.
knee injury that he had is the reason why he stopped being the dribbler and everything else to why people loved Cristiano Ronaldo at United and maybe the first 3-4 years at Real Madrid. He had to change his game because of the knee injury and because nobody was going to put up the goals needed consistently to keep up with that machine at Barcelona. On top of it, this is the other thing people forget. Messi missed, I want to say it's either the 2013-2014 year or the 2012-2013 year. Messi missed a third of the season, and Barcelona still kicked the shit out of Real Madrid. If Ronaldo misses a third of the season, they may not finish second to Barcelona. Atletico might jump them. That's the reason why. I understand that that Ronaldo gets overhyped by a lot of guys, and it's also because Ronaldo's fan base is the bigger problem than fucking Ronaldo.
Yes.
They talk.
That is
bullshit.
correct. That is
But-
correct.
You have to understand Ronaldo had to change his game to stay relevant because of the knee
I
injury
understand.
that he had. That's the reason
Understood.
why. We can say what we want. Henry on ball throughout his career is better than Cristiano Ronaldo, in my opinion.
Sure.
Goal scoring, it's not even close. Ronaldo may be the best goal scorer of all time that's not named Pele.
Yeah, and
that's
that's
just
100% accurate. That is absolutely accurate.
But that's why I'm saying if you're comparing Cristiano Ronaldo to like Zlatan, here's the problem. Zlatan never showed up when it mattered. If you take Zlatan out of leagues when it's single knockouts, Zlatan does not show up. Because if Zlatan showed up, Inter would have won the Champions League with him as the striker and not getting rid of him to go get Eto'o and Diego Milito. That's my point about with Zlatan. Zlatan went to PSG. You can make the exact same argument about Zlatan as you did for Neymar with going to France. They went to France when the French league was nowhere near as good as what it was in the early 2000s. Nowhere near. All the money came in, and PSG ran away with titles left, right, and center like that. Zlatan was stacking up goals in a French league that went down the shitter. That's why Zlatan for me cannot talk to Cristiano Ronaldo. Plus, again, he's got no Champions Leagues. He has not won a Champions League.
But that's not entirely his fault, though. I mean,
It is his fault because Inter was the best opportunity that he had at winning a Champions League. It wasn't PSG. The Inter team was the best team he had at an opportunity of winning a Champions League. And when the lights shine bright, Zlatan don't show up. Zlatan can stuff stats here. If Zlatan was this great, why didn't he win in America with that LA Galaxy team that he had? If you were this great, scoring goals left, right, and center, if America was such a cakewalk, like he said back in the day, why didn't you fucking win? Same thing with what you said about it here. When he won, let's go look at his time at AC Milan. Zlatan Ibrahimovic couldn't win a title with AC Milan until they got Cassano, Robinho, Ronaldinho, and stacked up that whole AC Milan team. Couldn't win shit. Couldn't win shit on his own. When he was at Juventus, they had a game fix to win the fucking league. So if we really look back at Zlatan's career, footballer, yeah, he's a great footballer and everything else. He ain't better than Cristiano Ronaldo. Not even close. For me, that ain't even up for a debate. You can do all this crazy taekwondo shit and all this other bullshit all you want. The stats in the trophy cabinet proves that you're not better than him. That's here. Somebody who's better than Cristiano Ronaldo, Marco van Basten is 10,000 miles better than Cristiano Ronaldo. Marco van Basten won 3 Ballon d'Ors before he turned 28.
Wow.
And had to retire at 28 because of injuries. If Marco van Basten got a full length of career, the conversation is Marco van Basten, Maradona, Pelé, and Messi is the 4 greatest of all time.
And R9.
Marco van Basten would have been better than R9 if he had a full career.
Oh.
You better go back and look at Marco van Basten.
Oh.
You better go back and watch Marco van Basten at Ajax and AC Milan. Marco van Basten is better than Ronaldo Phenomenal. I'm sorry. I love Ronaldo Phenomenal.
Wow.
But again, another guy who had his career cut short because of partying, drinking, eating, and not taking care of himself. Marco van Basten got robbed of a career because of stupidity. And that wasn't on him who caused the injury to his ankle. Marco van Basten is the most complete striker of all time. Can dribble, can get physical, has unbelievable awareness, and was nasty. Ronaldo Phenomenal was all of that. The problem was his injuries were already to show sight of themselves right after he left Barcelona. Because he could never stay healthy at Inter. And Inter is best Ronaldo Phenomenal. And he never won anything.
Mm.
But actual skill-wise and goal quality, Ronaldo Phenomenal on Inter is by far the best. Ronaldo Phenomenal on Inter is better than Ronaldo Phenomenal at Real Madrid.
No.
So, for me, I'm taking Marco van Basten over Ronaldo Phenomenal. That's my opinion. Although I love Phenomenal, I think Van Basten is better than him.
So you're saying that Marco van Basten was everything that Ronaldo Phenomenal was before Ronaldo R9 basically showed the world how insane he was. He was the first R9 before R9 is what you're saying.
Correct.
Okay,
Correct.
that's fair. I will give you
Correct.
that. I will give you that. I will concede.
Correct.
I will
If
definitely
Marco
concede.
van Basten isn't the striker for that AC Milan team, that AC Milan team doesn't dominate Italy and Europe at the time like it did.
Hmm.
Because you got to remember, AC Milan with Marco van Basten won back-to-back Champions Leagues. In the
What?
90s. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What? Wait,
Oh,
was it
yeah.
93, 94?
89 and 90.
89 and 90. Wow. Wow.
Marco van Basten is miles ahead of them. Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
That's actually funny, but kind of true.
Oh, no. Turn Tony Adams into that is diabolical.
Brother, I'm telling you, want to do some football history?
Absolutely. I
watch.
need to.
Go
What?
back and watch the AC Milan from 87 to 90 under Arrigo Sacchi when they won back-to-back Champions Leagues and won the Scudetto in 87 over Diego Maradona's Napoli.
He went
For
up against he went up
for me,
against Diego
It's
Maradona.
the best team in the history of the sport.
Wow.
Sacchi's AC Milan team will kick the shit out of Pep's Barcelona. They'll kick the shit out of the only team that's going to give that team a run for its money is the old Liverpool of the 70s and 80s.
Wow.
And Pep's team would give it some go too, but I still think that AC Milan
Maradona's.
keeps beating Pep's Barcelona.
What about Fergie's United?
They beat Fergie's United.
They would rip Fergie's United team apart.
Okay.
They would rip Fergie's United team apart. Not even close.
Some homework to do. Jesus Christ. But that's how
That AC Milan team throughout the years, obviously Van Basten wasn't there for all of it, but that AC Milan team won 25 trophies in the span of like 12 years.
Get the fuck out.
With 8 Champions League finals appearances and 5 trophies in that time frame.
Wow.
But the other thing also with their team is AC Milan had the best defense of all time. Their defense
was that Paolo Maldini and who else did they have?
Maldini, Baresi, Costa Curta, and Tassotti.
Who was the goalkeeper?
He's the one I always forget on that fucking team.
It's not who was
No,
the
not Duda. It's not Duda.
Who was the goalkeeper before Gianluigi, or who was the keeper?
Buffon never played. Buffon never played for AC Milan.
He did not. That's right. Who was?
It was it's coming to me. What the fuck is his name? It was Sebastiano Rossi and Pizzagli, I think is his name is. Yeah, Pizzagli.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jesus.
They weren't even that great of goalkeepers, them two dudes. They were good, but they weren't next level good.
Wow.
But that AC Milan team, everything you see being played today is based off of that AC Milan team.
Wow.
How Pep changed football is based on that AC Milan team.
Mm.
If you watch, oh man, Inter won the league in 89. No, 89, 90. Yeah, 89. Yeah, that was Inter. That was with Jurgen Klinsmann and Mateus.
Yeah. Man. Talk about a footballer Jurgen Klinsmann was. Fuck me. This is also why I hate Landon Donovan, but I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bring him up. Go ahead. Talk about it.
No, because I'm just trying to. If you watch how AC Milan played under Sacchi, the only difference of his football to Pep's is Pep's Barcelona's tiki-taka added into it. All of this high line shit is based on that AC Milan team.
I hate high lines. I hate high lines, but I don't mean
If
to.
it's done right, it's good.
Oh yeah, I believe it.
The problem is people put the high lines to where they don't matter anymore because there's no offsides in your own end.
That is correct.
That's why the high lines nowadays are stupid because it's suicide.
Correct. Which is why Barca won't win a Champions League. Because the high line that they have, the high line that they play, the center backs aren't aren't good. They can't go around on the cover.
What do you guys make of this bullshit of Arsenal fans talking about they want Marcus Rashford at the team? I don't want Rashford anywhere near this fucking team.
I said it before, Giovanni. I do not want another washed-up player at my football club because I've seen this club buy all these leftovers from other clubs, and the idea of signing Rashford, I'm sorry, it doesn't interest me. Rashford is just not the guy for us. We need to go out and find some like proper ballers, because as good as Rashford was at Barcelona, I'm sorry, he's just gonna bring that DNA from Manchester United all the way to Arsenal. Because I'm sorry, I just can't see Rashford going to Arsenal. We need to get someone far better than that than the looking, because his hair looks more like his hair looks like Kofi Kingston. So for me,
Kofi Kingston, Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
yeah,
Oh my word.
I don't want Rashford at Arsenal.
I don't want him at City.
Yeah, I wouldn't take him. He should. If I'm Rashford, I'm staying at Barcelona. I'm not coming back to Man United. So the only hope now for Rashford is to just remain at Barcelona and continue to just play your best football there with Lamine Yamal, with Rafinha, with Lewandowski. We know Lewandowski's leaving this summer, but just enjoy your life at Barcelona, because, like, I know it's hard. I know it's hard that you have to settle into a new country.
Give me
But
one
you just
second, guys. I'll be right back.
Yeah, no
I
worries.
know it's hard for an English player, like for any English footballer, to leave their home in England and travel to live in a new country like Rashford did. But he just got to get used to it, because look what happened. Look what he did last season. He won the La Liga title with Barcelona. So if I'm Rashford, I'm taking a loan move to a permanent move, and then maybe he and Gordon can fight for that left hand spot for next season. What do you think, Kawaja? Do you think Rashford to Arsenal is going to happen, or would you not take him? Because I'm not taking Rashford.
I just feel like with Rashford he's just inconsistent. One game he's look good, and the next game he
Yeah,
isn't. And I feel
that's-
like we're gonna replace Martinelli with an inconsistent player. I feel like we need to at least get a player that's going to be really good enough. We
Yeah,
cannot get
that's the problem with Arteta. He always lets one inconsistent player go and bring in another inconsistent player, because he sold Xhaka a couple of years ago, and who did he replace him with? Kai Havertz. And if he does the same thing with Martinelli, replacing him with Rashford, then he's doing the exact copying thing that he did when he bought Kai Havertz as Granit Xhaka's replacement.
It's crazy work.
Yeah, so I
This
wouldn't
fan
take
base want to try and get Rafael Leao, by the way. They were trying to think that they want to get Rafael Leao. to
Rafael
Arsenal.
Leao's too overhyped and overrated. I wouldn't take him at Arsenal.
I
And I
can't lie,
wouldn't
this
take-
France game is taking way too long. Look at this France game. It's still this weather, and we still haven't got.
Yeah, this is why I was complaining, Kwaja, about them playing outdoors, because you run the risk of having bad weather like this, and now the match is going to get delayed for about an hour or two. And this is
And
why I
I
said
heard-
they.
Yeah.
And now I'm hearing Arsenal fans saying that they would like to sign Mason Greenwood. Would you
Oh,
take
God.
Mason Greenwood to Arsenal, or?
Not really, no. I'd rather get a proper right winger instead.
Yeah, I like Mason Greenwood, but it's just like I just wouldn't risk signing him, because he's another overhyped player from Manchester United that never got a chance to impress them. So they loaned him out to Real Sociedad, and that was when we started to see Mason Greenwood perform at his best. And then when he went to Marseille, he was looking like He was looking like the Mason Greenwood that we all saw. So for me, I wouldn't take Greenwood at Arsenal.
I would take Greenwood at Arsenal. I'd take him over Rashford.
Yeah,
All right, that would be all right
That's
then.
fair. That's actually
But
very, very
here's
fair.
the problem, Gianni. Not only are we linked with Greenwood, Tottenham are linked, Roma are linked, and Fenerbahce as well. They're all trying to get.
He wants to come to Arsenal.
All right,
And
then.
I'll be honest
Let's
with
see
you.
what he.
I'll be honest with you. He walks into this fucking team.
Wow.
Okay.
He walks
Right,
into
then.
this team.
All right. All right then. It's because the
Unless-
thing is,
Here's the only thing. I don't want Mason Greenwood if that means we don't get Morgan Rogers,
yeah.
because I want Rogers on the team. I don't care if he's playing left wing or number 10. I want Rodgers on this fucking team.
Of course. Yeah, me too. And
So you
here's
want
the
him to
thing.
potentially play. So you want him to play either on either wing and give Saka a rest because he's one bad tackle away from tearing his Achilles and not being the
See,
same.
my
again.
my personal thing is this: if you get Rodgers, you start him at the left wing and you start Eze in the 10.
Mhm.
Like, because here's the thing for me. Unless we're going to sell Havertz and Odegaard, which I don't think we're selling both of them. I think one of them's leaving and one of them's staying. And I have a bad feeling that Odegaard is the one who's staying and that Havertz is the one that's going to go.
Yeah, there's been reports of Kai Havertz being linked with a return back to Bayer Leverkusen. Apparently,
I'll believe that when I see it.
I was about to say I don't believe shit that's being said unless I actually see it. And it's
I don't think
confirmed.
Leverkusen has the money to sign Havertz. So unless he's going to take a massive pay cut, I don't see him leaving to go to Leverkusen.
See, no footballers take pay cuts anymore. That's what I don't like.
What about
Oh, they
Calafiori?
do. They take pay. People,
What about
players still take
Calafiori?
pay cuts.
Has he still made up his mind about him returning to Serie A? Because remember, he said that it's his destiny to go back to Roma.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think he'll go back, or do you think he'll
I
stay?
think I think he will eventually go back to Rome. I think the question to be asked is more along the lines of where does he go first. See, I think if first of all, I don't even know why Jose Mourinho is hyping it. Well, I do understand why, because he had Calafiori at Roma with him. I personally don't see Calafiori as a Real Madrid quality player. If Calafiori goes to Real Madrid, then football's done. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Calafiori
Football. If
Besides,
Mbappe breaks
he's already got
breaks the World
Cucurella as
Cup
left
record,
back.
then
So why
football's
does he
done.
need another left back, Jose? He's
just
better.
I don't think
Yeah,
because
brought
he
up my
won't
point.
play Calafiori as a left back. He'll play him as a center back.
Yeah, he's got Rudiger. He's got Rudiger, and then he's got who's Rudiger's like partner in defense?
Militao.
Militao. So
yeah.
why does he need Calafiori?
Because Militao hasn't played a full season in almost 3 years now.
Wow.
They got Dean Huijsen as well, that another scrub.
Yeah, another scrub.
Yeah,
that Bournemouth were trying to say that he was better.
that washed up player that Bournemouth fans were hyping, saying, "Oh, he's the next breakout star." Nah.
Yeah. I think what's going to end up happening with Calafiori is Calafiori's either staying for the season and we dump him next year, or we dump him this year because of a fact that Real Madrid ends up spending crazy money on him, or somebody else decides to be an idiot and spend crazy money on him.
Oh.
How do you know that? Where are the facts?
But let's see what happens this summer transfer window, because you never know what could happen if Calafiori. Yeah.
Because there's talk that Rashford will go to Napoli.
Oh wow.
Wow.
I would take him in
Italy.
I'd take him in Napoli.
Okay.
You would take him at Napoli, but you wouldn't take him at Arsenal.
No. Two different
Yeah,
What's the
positions.
difference there then? If he plays in Napoli, I know it's a different league, but is it the style of play or?
It's the style of play.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rashford in Italy benefits from all the other teams trying to play this weird. So, like, if you look at a lot of the teams in Italy, they're actually all trying to copy Simone Inzaghi with that hybrid weird 3-5-2 nonsense.
Gianni,
Like,
what
not-
about Noah? Oh, Gianni,
Go ahead.
what about Noah Liang? Would you still take him back to Napoli? Because
Yeah.
apparently Galatasaray want to turn the loan into a permanent move.
So, the thing is with Galatasaray is the talk with Napoli is that they'll turn the deal permanent with Lang if Napoli buys Yunus Akgun.
Oh wow.
If they buy Yunus Akgun or Badish Yilmaz. See, me personally,
Christ.
I think what's going to end up happening as far as Napoli's concerned is Napoli is going to be making some tough decisions. I personally think both Lobotka and Anguissa are going to get sold. Anguissa hasn't extended the contract, and Lobotka is 31, so you have to cash in on
Yeah,
him now,
100%. Yeah, he's too old.
or you're not going to make any money on him. I personally feel that if you keep McTominay, you have to find a midfielder to sit next to him, and then you go Yunus Akgun, maybe Noah Lang at the right if you could keep him, because I personally don't like that David Neres, to be honest with you. I think David Neres is overrated. I would have McTominay, either you stick him in the 8 like you had this year, where he still proved he can score double-digit goals, and you have a defensive midfielder next to him, and then you go with a new number 10, maybe Eunice Akon, maybe somebody else, and then you get Rashford and another winger. Rashford in Italy works because he can attack the space a lot better in Italy than what he's going to get in England. Now, the question for Rashford, once again, is, are you going to lower your contract? Because I'm sorry, you're not worth £350,000 a week. You're just not.
No.
You're just not. And that's the problem. You didn't want to lower your salary. That's why Barca. When do you guys think that Anthony Gordon has ever hit the heights to where he's a better player than Marcus Rashford? Because I don't.
No.
So the fact that Anthony Gordon was bought for 80 million over Rashford shows you the problem was the contract of Rashford's wages to why they didn't sign Rashford at Barcelona. So now the question has to be that if you're not going to lower your wages to go to Barcelona, where are you going to lower your wages to? Because the only other team that's bigger than Barcelona is Real Madrid. So if you're not going to lower your wages for them, if you're not going to lower your wages to Real Madrid, then what? You're just going to sit it – because I don't think Michael Carrick's going to play him at United. I'd be shocked if he did. Because I think there's just too much bad blood between Rashford and the fans and everything else that Rashford wants to go. I don't think Rashford wants to be at United anymore. So I don't know. In my personal opinion, I just don't think that I think Rashford's put himself in a very bad position right now. As far as that's concerned, but I don't want to see him at Arsenal. I don't think we don't need him at this point, in my opinion. I don't think Arsenal need him at this point. You need to get guys that are going forward.
Yep. Would you guys take Vinny at Arsenal?
Yes, only because of the intention.
Right.
If Arsenal come out and spend crazy money on Vinicius Jr., that shows the intention that Arsenal is changing as a club and wants to be in the same category as the real big teams.
Right.
Because Arsenal's a big team. Again, they're a legacy club. They're one of the big three in England. But Arsenal is not of the same ilk as Barcelona, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
That's next level. In order to get to that level, you need to continue winning and spend big money on a player like that. Now, T-Dot, big up to T-Dot for stopping by, but I agree with this. This is the only problem that comes into it. Can Arteta handle Vinicius Jr.? That's the question. And I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't be shocked if we went after Vinny Jr. because I think Vinny Jr. will get sold for a cheaper amount because, again, with that whole stupid situation that happened with the Argentinian kid with Benfica and shit, with the racial shit, what's going to happen between Vinny and Jose Mourinho when Jose gets there? That's the thing that I think a lot of people need to look at for that. Does Vinny want to stay there because of all the controversial shit Jose Mourinho said at the time? So that, to me, is the reason why I don't think Vinny will actually leave Real Madrid because I think he loves it too much unless there's a major fallout with him and Jose. So, but I would take Vinicius Jr. at Arsenal. Listen, if you get the problem with Vinny is this: Vinicius Jr. the last 2 years is nowhere near Vinny was 2 years before that.
Yeah.
If we're getting Vinicius Jr. if we're getting the Vinny that was the main guy the second half of the year that got Real Madrid to win the double by winning La Liga and the Champions League, I'm all for spending $150 million on Vinicius. Fuck it. If we're getting that added to the team, that should be the difference of us going back to back. But if we're getting Vinny of the last 2 years where he's going to be throwing himself on the ground, crying and all that other shit, then no, I don't want Vinny. But that's the dice game that you play with that. But again, the other thing is if Arsenal has all this money like they're claiming we do, why not spend the money and take a chance on a big name player?
Yeah.
Because again, it's not only about bringing in Vinny to Arsenal. It's also about the statement it makes that you actually sign somebody like that. You know, like Quaja, we made a statement when we signed Alexis Sanchez.
Yeah.
We made a statement when we signed Mesut Ozil, but that was it.
Yeah.
That's as far as it got. You know, if you sign Mesut Ozil, Alexis Sanchez, and you keep Robin Van Persie, and you brought in Santi Cazorla and Lucas Podolski, and everybody stayed together, now you're talking about a different ball game of where Arsenal's at that point, rather than trying to do plug and play with we're going to sign one, we'll sell one to buy two and all that bullshit. We're not that club anymore. That's why I would be fine if we went after Vinny, because it's the intent. Plus, if you sign Vinicius Jr. and you win and you go back to back, the bigger thing for Arsenal at that point now is now you've put yourself in a different ball game. You've just gone back to back with the foreseeable future looking in your favor, because again, you don't know what's going to happen at Liverpool. Iraola is no guarantee that Liverpool is going to win the league. There's no guarantee that happens. Same thing, Enzo Maresca going to City is no guarantee that City's going to turn around and win.
Very true.
Even with City spending $300 million, there's no guarantee that they're going to win with Enzo Maresca at the helm. You just don't have that guarantee anymore. It's not like how it was when Pep was there, where it's like, well, you need to have at least a 15-point lead come the second half of the season, because we all know Pep knows how to go on that run. It's not like that. Plus, you also don't know what the conversation is behind closed doors for players, where they may say, we're going to give City 1 year, and if we don't win under Maresca, we're bolted. You honestly don't know if that's the situation either.
Yeah, there's a good chance that he could be a stopgap in case Bayern win the Champions League and company says, you know
that's
what?
I think he was signed for.
Yeah.
That's what I think he's signed for. PFC Gianni, please tell Napoli to take Ugarte. PFC. I don't want either one of them fuckers. You could sell them to Milan. What did you guys think? Did you guys hear about this shit? AC Milan, with as bad as a situation as they have, they signed Ruben Amorim as their head coach.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
They chose Ruben Amorim over Oliver Glasner. I was laughing my fucking ass off.
You can't be serious.
Yeah. Ruben Amorim is the new manager at AC Milan, and his big revelation to make AC Milan better is they're talking about signing that who's the Portuguese striker from PSG?
Portuguese striker from PSG.
Bench guy, Gonzalo Ramos.
Oh yeah, Ramos. Yeah,
Gonzalo Ramos. Yeah,
that's going to be the big signing for AC Milan. Because AC Milan is sounding like they only have about $30 million to spend this year. It's going to be glorious.
30 million? No way.
Mm-hmm. They lost that much money by not making Champions League.
Allegri got sacked because of that, and now he's at Napoli, and that's going to be a long season for Napoli.
That's going to be a long season.
Yeah,
or you can just not watch Napoli. You can always do that.
I can't not watch Napoli.
Why not?
Because it's my club, man. I'm going to watch them no matter what.
So
I watched them in I watched them in the third division. If I watched them in the third division, I'm going to watch them in the first division.
Jesus Christ. Damn, man said third division, you know.
Yeah,
wow.
I'm not a turncoat like that. I'm going to watch them no matter what.
So they could go winless, get relegated. You'll still watch them in Serie B. Still
going to watch them.
Wow. That's dedication.
Bro, I got the fucking logo tattooed on me. I'm gonna watch that.
Oh, fair enough.
If Liverpool PFC, if Liverpool spends $100 million on that kid, Liverpool's gonna be the cause of their own demise.
Yeah.
Because I don't think Diomande is that good of a fucking player.
No
But
chance.
186 million pounds for him is way too much.
186. How the fuck did it get that high?
No, I said
Mhm.
100 mil. No, relax. I meant 100 million euros is roughly 86 million pounds. That's what I meant.
Oh, no, he ain't worth that.
He ain't worth nothing.
But
I
imagine
wouldn't
saying
have
that
given,
Adam Walton-
Leipzig more than 50 million for him.
Yeah.
but
50 million.
Does
is
anyone
still
want to
low.
buy
I
Adam
would.
Walton
I
for
give him
100
40
million?
mil.
Here, hold on, guys.
You know,
I'll be right back. I gotta go answer the door for something.
That's fine.
No worries.
Does anyone want to buy Adam Walton for 100 million? Because he ain't worth
No.
that money. He's worth like what 60, 70 million, but 100 is just way too much. I mean, if you're thinking that Elliot Anderson's worth 120, then Pedri must be 250 million pounds then.
And Yamal must be worth $500 million.
Maybe Barella could be 300 million pounds, or Fede Valverde might be 300 million. What about Vitinha João Neves? If Elliot Anderson's worth 120 million, then football's in the mud. Like real talk, football genuinely.
Yeah. So what do you think of Chelsea? Like, what do you think of Enzo being linked with a move to Man City? I kind of find it a bit disturbing.
I mean, I
Very
don't know why
disturbing.
you're buying like that guy from Chelsea. I just feel like he gets so overprotected by Chelsea
I know.
fans. Everyone's gonna talk about he's a World Cup winner. I'm like, but let's be real. Alexis McAllister's better than him.
Yeah,
McAllister's
McAllister's
way
better than him.
Yeah,
way
100%.
better than Enzo. I watch him for Argentina. I'm like, what does he do? He's just basically another passenger in the team. All he does is just
Yeah.
passes the ball like backwards and forwards. I'm like, is he
Yeah,
really that good?
100%.
He's basically another Argentine version of Conor Gallagher. He's the Argentine Conor Gallagher at best, bro.
Yeah, man.
Like, he just
Yeah,
passes the ball
100%.
sideways. He's buying average, bro. Chelsea bought him for 105 million. He's never worth 105 million. I just don't get why Benfica let
Who,
Chelsea.
Enzo?
Yeah, and
Yeah, we're just talking. I was just mentioning about Enzo being linked with a move to Man City. I think
Oh,
just
Man
think
City's going to shoot themselves.
yeah,
in the
Man
foot.
City should
We're
not
gonna-
sign,
yeah, no.
sign him. If I'm Man City, I'm saying no. We're gonna go and find a proper midfielder. There are plenty of midfielders Man City can go for because they've got Qatar owners, and I can guarantee you that they're not making any mistake like the Americans do.
And the Americans just won the Premier League.
I was about to say.
Listen,
You were gonna say
I'm
that.
not gonna say anything bad about the Kroenke family. I'm just happy for the first time they finally watched us win a trophy. That's the one thing I'll say. So I just really hope that they now start to for once watch a football match and just take one eye on us performing. I understand that the Rams are more important to them than Arsenal, but for once,
I think Josh is going to be running Arsenal to why I think
yeah,
Arsenal for the foreseeable future, as long as what you listen, it's all if, buts, and maybes for right now until something actually happens, right? Now, I think if Josh is going to take it as serious as he made it seem like at the rally and everything else, then I think Josh running it and being more serious about it will be a true thing. However, you're right, Macy. It's all smoke and mirrors until we actually see them do it, you know?
Yeah.
Which, again, is the reason why, like when you said about Vinny, that's why I want to see Vinny come to Arsenal, because it's not just about Vinicius Jr. is one of the biggest stars in the game. It's the fact that Arsenal put their fucking money where their mouth was and went out and spent the money to go get a top player. Because the intent is just as important. If you go out and try to go get a top player, your intention has to be there that you want to win. If you're going out to get Vinicius Jr., you're not going out to get Vinicius Jr. just to sell jerseys. Because Vinny's going to see right through that, because Vinny's at the biggest club in the world.
Yeah.
That's why you have to prove that the intention is there that you want to win. Otherwise, a player like Vinny Jr. isn't going to leave Real Madrid. Why would you leave the biggest club in the world to come to Arsenal?
100%.
So that's why I say, like, for me, the intent is the big thing as well. If the intent, like I said, this summer is going to tell us everything we need to know about Arsenal. If Mikel Arteta's getting this massive wage increase, and now all of a sudden we don't get Morgan Rogers, we go get Bradley Barcola and all these other fucking scrubs, then you know what time it is. It's just a cash cow operation for the Kroenkes. That's all it is at the end of the day. If you go out and go get a Morgan Rogers, and then here, I saw he was linked to both Napoli and Arsenal. I would like that Somerville kid at Arsenal. The winger from West Ham, I'd take him as a backup. If you're telling me we got Morgan Rogers and him, Rogers is going to be the starting left winger, and Somerville can come in off the bench, I'm fine with that.
100%.
But you're showing that you're making moves to be serious about winning, not fucking bullshit. Like if you tell me, oh, we signed Morgan Rogers, but then you still kept Martinelli. No, I'm going to have a problem with that because Martinelli should not be on this team.
Yeah, Martinelli needs to go. I'm sorry. I've given Martinelli so much praise throughout his career, but this season he's just like that Martinelli for me is terrible. I'm sorry. And I heard Newcastle are looking to sign him and Trossard together. Do you think that will happen?
Let them have
Listen,
it.
I'll drive them up there.
All right, that's good. Yeah, I mean that would be good if
I don't
Newcastle
care. We
take
just
both
don't
of
want
them. Yeah, I hope Newcastle get both of them because we need to sell some of these players that have been at the football club for far too long. Gabriel Jesus is one of them. He's been at the football club since 2022 when we bought him from Man City. And when that injury, when he got injured, that was the end of him. We have not seen Jesus. Yeah. So we have to sell him in the summer. And we have to decide whether or not if we're going to sell Martin Odegaard or sell Kai Havertz because we're not selling both of them. We're going to have to sell one of them.
See, if Arteta had balls, you sell the both of them.
I know.
You sell
this is
both
the
of them.
problem, Gianni. The manager still thinks it's because the manager favors both of them over the others. That's the problem. So the manager's got a huge decision to make. Is he gonna sell one of them, or is he gonna keep both of them? So this is on Arteta now.
Well, let me ask you guys, because you guys are in England and have a better temperature gauge of the situation than what I do. Because over here in the States and in Chicago, there's a lot of Arsenal fans, but the fan base here, Arsenal's massive in Chicago.
Wow.
I see.
Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, and United are massive in Chicago. City is growing a fan base because City actually built 2 of the turf fields on the north side of Chicago.
Oh, dang.
Wow.
Yeah. But in England, is it a situation where people are just overhyping Arteta and he can stay as long as he wants? Or is it now that we won, it's okay, we have to win again, or now he's going to have to start getting looked at to leave? What are you guys hearing from the fans over there in England? Is it still the top gooners are the main guys saying, he needs to stay forever and all that shit? Kwaja, what have you heard and for stuff like that? Are most of the fans in England still, no, Arteta can stay as long as he wants? Is it still all that nonsense?
In England?
In England, yeah.
I can see. I've seen some Arsenal fans still think that Arteta should stay. Most of us in this panel would, obviously, me and Macy are still Arteta out because of what happened last season, because he should have won at minimum 2 trophies. But obviously, most of our fan base, I bet, in the UK, I mean, AFTV, they're always, talking about Arteta as if he's one of the best managers in the world. He deserves respect and all this crap. But
like I said, for me, he gets 2 seasons. He gets 2 seasons after this. If you don't win the Premier League in 2 seasons, you're gone unless you win the Champions League.
What if he wins a domestic double next season? Does he stay?
He can stay. He can stay for one more year. Because here's the thing. It's not only 3 teams in the entire history of the Premier League era have gone back to back. That's why I'm not going to kill him and lose my shit if you don't win the league. But you have to win trophies. Now, if you won the league this year and you run it back next year and you don't win nothing, there's going to be a fucking problem then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then it's back to the same old bullshit. But if you win the league, but next year you come in second or third, but you were fighting for the league for majority of the season, and you still walk away with the domestic cup double, and let's say you get quarterfinals, semifinals in the Champions League again, I'm fine with you staying for one more year. But that third year, it's mandatory for the Premier League again. Anything short of that, you have to go. That's where I'm at with it now. Because I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt for a year because of the fact that he finally got over the line with the Premier League. Now, if he comes back next year, doesn't win anything in the Premier League, but somehow won the Champions League, yes, you get to continue to stay because you got over the hump and you won the 2 big trophies. But again, trophies is the mandatory thing.
Yeah.
You have to continue winning trophies. Otherwise, you cannot be here for too much longer and you got to fuck.
100%. Yeah, because I said it last season. If this manager wins like 2 trophies, I would keep him for like 2 more seasons. But last season, he threw away all the cups and just went after 1 cup, and that was the Premier League. So so I'm happy.
He can't do that again next year.
Yeah.
No way.
I think going back to back is going to be very difficult, even in the scenario that we're in right now, with how much manager change has gone on in the Premier League and everything else. Going back to back is going to be very difficult. So, like I said, if he doesn't win the league next year, but he does a domestic cup double and he finishes top 3 and he was at least fighting for the league for majority of the season, I'm cool with you getting 1 more year. But there's also other things. I do not want to see our team full of walking wounded players because you don't rotate. That's going to be the biggest key this year, is him changing the way he operates and rotating players. If he don't rotate players, we're going to be in a bad situation coming into next year.
And the problem is, if we lose a game and he comes out with an excuse, I'm sorry, bro. That is unacceptable.
I don't want no more ball.
Yeah, no more fucking ball.
What did he say in the Carabao Cup when we lost to Newcastle? Oh, we use a different ball in that stupid shit.
Yeah, he was blaming the ball.
I'm not hearing none of that.
And also, like in the Bournemouth game, when we played Bournemouth at the Emirates, he was saying, "Bring your food, guys. Bring everything you have. Bring every food you have in your locker room, guys, because we're gonna need it against Bournemouth." And look what happened. Bournemouth absolutely spiked our food up.
And don't forget, Gyökeres blaming the pitch. He said that the pitch was dry after the game.
PFC, I'm sorry. Anybody in this Twitter group of Arsenal fans that are saying Calafiori should be the next club captain, I'm sorry.
Declan or Gabriel, one of them should be captain.
It's got to be Declan Rice and Gabriel.
Sophia Carson. I do not want
Declan Rice, Gabriel, and you know what? Long term, if he stayed here and he wins the starting position, I would even look at maybe Lewis Skelly being a future captain of Arsenal, because he's
of course. I would take Skelly as the captain.
What about Saliba's captaincy? What about Saliba as a captain? Would you give him?
I would take Saliba as a captain.
Of course, yeah. Of course.
I would take Saliba as a captain.
Yeah, but not Calafiori. Come on.
Not Dude, Calafiori's already come out and said he's got unfinished business at Rome. What the fuck is he doing?
Yeah, he said it's his destiny to go back to Rome.
Guy's already planning to leave Arsenal to one day to go back to Rome one day. Dude, why is he even get looked at?
And and there was an interview. I remember Declan Rice's interview against Man City. He said, I got injured, but the manager said that he's given me like a few weeks rest to prepare for the Man City game. And we're playing this very beautiful style of football because we're in the Champions League semi-finals. I just don't like when these players come out of their interviews saying that like everything is rosy at Arsenal. Like they're just trying to make fools out of themselves, Gianni. You know what I mean?
I agree with you, but in a weird way at the same time, I think that's one of the it's a weird positive. And what I mean by a weird positive is, as much as I don't like Arteta as a manager, even though he's won, me personally, I do not like the guy.
Yeah, his arrogance.
Yeah, his arrogance. Yes.
It's the arrogance.
And the fact that he continues to show that he's far, far superior than all the other managers, and he's far slicker than every one of them, is just absolutely embarrassing. I understand.
I think, but the one thing I will give him is the locker room is very tight knit. You don't hear stories coming out of the locker room of Arsenal of internal problems like you've heard in the past with United, with Spurs, at times with Chelsea. There's a very tight-knit locker room behind the scenes with Arteta. Now, obviously, a part of that is because if you talk crazy about the manager, he's not going to play you because it's yes men with him.
I know.
However, even sometimes yes men have breaking points. And the fact that nobody has hit their breaking point with him shows how tight-knit of a locker room it is at the end of the day in a weird way. Now,
Well,
Timber is why I say this is weird, because me personally, I'm not keeping my fucking mouth shut if you cost me an opportunity to represent my country at the World Cup. I would have said something now.
mhm.
Because let's be honest here. Timber, if it's not for Hakimi, Timber's the best right back in the world. If
Yeah.
it wasn't for Hakimi, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah.
So
See that?
the fact that the second best right back in the world is not playing because of your stupidity and arrogance is part of the reason why I think that it's a weird dynamic with him having such a tight-knit locker room. Because here again, we talked about it earlier. This situation with Rice and Saka are both injured at this World Cup.
Yeah.
And if we lose, I think even more important than Magalhaes, if we lose Declan Rice for a long period of time in this season, I don't think we're repeating.
Yeah. And what's the
You
manager
can't, you
gonna
can't
do?
tell me that Zubamendi, if we come into next season and Rice is hurt, and you're telling me the midfield is Zubamendi, Miles Lewis-Skelly, and Odegaard, I'm sorry. We ain't winning the fucking Premier League if that's the
No,
midfield.
no.
100%. People are saying, oh, but Norgard is good. Listen, I understand Norgard has had a good season, but that doesn't justify the fact that he has to start the game. I like Norgard. I'm happy he's been our best. He's been okay this season, but he's 31 years old. He's like reached the end of his career. So you expect Norgard to start in midfield next to Skelly and Zubamendi? I'm sorry. I mean, I want Norgard to start some games, but I just don't know. We've only started Norgard when it comes to the cup games. We started him against Southampton. We started him against the games that we don't really like. We're not really interested in playing, because we started him against the Crystal Palace game in our last game of the season. We started him. We started Kepa in that last game against Palace. So I think for me, Norgard for me starting in midfield is a big risk for me, because we've not seen enough from Christian Norgard at Arsenal so far.
He's too old.
Yeah.
How old is he?
He's 31.
He's 31.
We signed him from Brentford. We signed him from Brentford on a free transfer, and we signed and people are saying that, oh, but he's Mohamed El Neni. He's like an upgrade of Mohamed El Neni.
And that's the thing. Why are we bringing up players from that long ago to try to say that this is a good sign? What the fuck are we doing here? El Neni sucked too.
I know.
I wouldn't say El Neni sucked. I just think he knew who he was as a player. And he
El
wasn't going to
Neni
make.
sucked. El Neni sucked.
I agree. The only good thing from El Neni was when he scored that cracking goal against Barcelona, but for that reason he was non-existent. I just do not. He was terrible.
The only good thing about El Neni was he showed up in a tracksuit that was freshly pressed. Besides that, that was fucking good about El Neni.
I just don't know why we brought him back from his loan spell at Besiktas. We could have sold him there permanently, but this manager wanted to bring him back to Arsenal.
I think there's way too many things going on as far as that. What are your guys' feelings on this World Cup going forward? Who do you have to win it?
I'm gonna continue to back them, and I've backed them. I'm going with Spain. I know they looked horrible against Cape Verde, but the game I saw yesterday, that looked like a team that won the 2010 World Cup. And I know their quality isn't the same as what they had 20 years ago, but they know how to keep the ball on the ground. And the key is how they manage Lamine Yamal's minutes, because they didn't start him against Cape Verde. They struggled. They brought him on, but by then it was too late. If he starts against Uruguay, I think they're going to beat Uruguay. I think they're going to beat them quite comfortably, because I don't think Uruguay is just not it anymore. And if I had to make a prediction for that game, I'm going to go 3-1 Spain, or maybe even 3-0 Spain. I just don't see where the goals come with Uruguay. So I'm going to back Spain. I'm going to take them to win the group, and I'm going to predict them to get an easy draw to potentially the quarterfinals and see where they go. But my favorite is Spain.
Right.
Okay. Macy, what do you think?
Well, I mean, I would take Spain to win the World Cup, but for my prediction, I'll go Argentina to retain the World Cup because they've looked on
Really?
fire. So, yeah, they've looked on fire this season. They've won their last 2 games, and Messi's been absolutely fired. Like he's been on fire this World Cup
Yeah.
tournament.
The goal that he scored, did he break Klose's record now?
Yes, he did.
I think so. Yeah.
He did indeed.
So
And I should have
Argentina
put
are
that on
looking
my
like the
Instagram
real
story
dark
because
horse
Messi's an
in
all-time
this
great.
tournament, Gianni, because like even though they can even though their defense can get got at, their attack is dangerous. So
I
don't-
don't. I watched the whole game where he scored the hat trick. I thought the way that everybody worked, the way what they're doing is they're all working hard for Messi so that Messi's brilliance can carry them through on the offense.
yeah.
My only worry with that is, does Messi have that game where he doesn't show up?
I think Messi's too good to not show up.
Yeah.
Messi's an all-time
Messi-
great, and all-time greats are just not.
All-time
Yeah,
greats.
because he
all-time
has to
greats
play
don't show
alongside
up too.
that scrub Lautaro Martinez. He's got to
Yeah,
play.
yeah.
I don't know why he's
I
playing.
think Lautaro,
Why don't they start Julian Alvarez? That's what I don't understand. If you're
Yeah.
gonna do this, whatever. Why not start Julian Alvarez?
Or he could start Valentin Barco. I heard he's good.
I think the reason why, if you look at it, Julian Alvarez is not as much of a blue collar type player as Lautaro is. Lautaro will do dirty work. Julian Alvarez doesn't like doing dirty work.
What about Valentin
Plus, if
Barco?
we're being honest about it, whether we like it or not, Lautaro Martinez over the last few years has been a much better goal scorer than Julian Alvarez has.
Oh,
Julian
wow.
Alvarez at City was different, but again, you also have to consider Julian Alvarez was scoring goals like that because of the players he was around. You see the difference. You ain't got that same caliber of player around him at Atletico. Yes, you have Antoine Griezmann, but that's one guy. The wingers at Atletico were not at the same level. The midfielders at Atletico was not at the same level like it was at the tail end of Gundogan and KDB. So you were getting a lot better opportunities with better players over there than what you're getting with Atletico. Plus, it's a different system. When you look at the system that Scaloni's playing, Lautaro Martinez can do more of the hold-up and dirty work that you need for a striker to allow Messi to flourish and get those opportunities. And plus, if called upon, Lautaro will score goals. Whether I don't think Lautaro is the best striker there is, but he will score goals. I mean, the guy's been scoring crazy amounts of goals for Inter. I mean, let's be honest here. Inter Milan for the last 3 years have been scoring damn near 90 goals a season. And he's at the core of it. So, plus, I also think it's leadership. I think Lautaro is a better leader than Julian Alvarez.
Yeah.
Because Lautaro has captained it for the last 3 years, and they've gotten 2 Scudettes in 3 years. So I think when you look at the amount of trophies, I think it's in the last 3 years, Inter's won 3 or 4 trophies. So I think Lautaro speaks for itself. I don't think he's a better footballer than Julian Alvarez, but what they're doing to make it work for Messi, I think he's just better for that than what Julian Alvarez is. But I listen, I think Argentina definitely has a shot.
Yeah.
I think Argentina has a shot. My personal opinion, I think France pulls it out.
Wow.
And the only reason why I think France pulls it out is because I find it very hard. If Messi goes back to back, it'll be the first team to go back to back since the Brazil sides of 58 and 62. So if he goes back to back, the GOAT conversation is over in that regard for him. But because it hasn't been done for that long, I find it difficult that Argentina wins. And I just think Spain is towing the line on too many injuries, too many guys with potential injuries. If Olmo and Yamal go out for a period of time, they're not winning.
Yeah.
They're not. I personally do not trust them to go on and win without Yamal. I don't know who you put in. If you're telling me that Yamal's out and the new front line is going to be Oyarzabal, Baena, and Ferran Torres,
And
that
Nico
doesn't-
Williams.
or Nico Williams, that
Yeah, Nico Williams is overhyped.
No.
that does not convince me that Spain's going to win. That it just doesn't convince me with that, especially not with fucking if you get an injury to Pedri or something like that. I just don't see it happening. I just don't see it happening. I think France, unfortunately, will get carried through by Kylian Mbappe
And Michael Elise as well.
and
Cherokee.
Yeah, and Elise.
Cherokie's not even starting for them.
Yeah, he's only been
That's
used
actually
as
kinda mad.
from the
I
bench.
can't believe it. You would have thought, in my personal opinion, you would have thought that it would have been Cherokee, Mbappe, and Olise as the front three for France.
But it's Mbappe, Olise, and who?
Barcola.
Barcola,
Wow.
yeah.
That's
I
the
mean,
thing. Like you're playing with speed for Barcola, but it's like, man,
Yeah,
not
but Cherokie's
taking
got some
Barcola
speed in him.
And Cherokee's a great footballer.
Yeah, that kick up he did against Arsenal was hilarious.
big up John Boy, my guy, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, big up, J Boy. Can you imagine if they put Elise up top and had Cherokee, Mbappe, and Barcola, or even Dembele? I mean, that France team would be unstoppable.
I think Dembele they're saving because I think Dembele had an injury towards the end of the season with PSG to why they've been saving him.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think
didn't know that.
that's true. He did get injured against Arsenal in the final, so
Yeah,
What happened?
risk.
I think
Oh,
it was
wait.
a string if I'm not mistaken.
I think you're right. Because did he get subbed off, or did he play the
Yeah.
whole game? Okay,
No, he
that's
got
right.
He got subbed off because
Okay, I
Enrique
remember
couldn't take
that.
any risks anymore. He
Okay,
Yeah.
I remember
Yeah.
that. Okay.
Yeah.
Understood.
For me, I just think France has something about them to win. Like I said, the same thing as you saw like last year, not last year, the last World Cup. It was destiny that Messi won, and that France wasn't going to go back to back. And that's kind of why I think that I don't see Argentina going back to back. Big up Lynch. I think I see France pulling it out simply because it's that difficult to go back to back with World Cups. I'm not saying Messi can't. Listen, Messi could do it. Messi can do it. It's just I don't know if you're going to go against history like that. That's just my personal opinion. I think it'd be cool.
It'd be very cool.
Because that means that Argentina is now on 4 World Cups tied with Italy and Germany.
Oh yeah.
So I think maybe that's what that would be for me. So I don't know about all that. So
Yeah.
I think France is going to pull it out. Quaja, what do you think? Who you got winning?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you two
I'm
questions.
slightly edged to France because of their attack. They've got quality attack. I do think Spain can be favourites, but their attack ain't great. The only attacker rate is Yamal, and obviously Nico Williams is kind of trash because I know that Arsenal were trying to be linked with him, and I'm like, get out of it.
You don't like that or Yazabal?
Oh yeah, Zabal.
Oyarzabal good. I like Oyarzabal. He's a good
he's a
player.
good
I'll be honest with you. I take him at Arsenal.
I
Yeah.
think he'd be the backup striker.
I'd
I think he
take
could
him
be the
in
backup.
City.
Yeah, but the problem is Arteta's linked to too many Sociedad players.
It's the midfielders. He's got Mourinho, Zubimendi, and Odegaard.
Yeah,
that
and
won
the
the
pro-
trophy
and
night.
also Arteta's got
Big up BBK for the raid.
and he's also got a connection with the Basque region, Arteta, because I think he's born in Basque.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a Basque region.
Yeah, that's the other. They're missing Fermin Lopez as well. I think the injuries may cause Spain to not win this. To why I'm leaning towards France, and the only reason why I'm not saying Argentina is just because it's been that long for some team to for a team to go back to back.
64 years and counting.
Yep. No, big up Shabazz.
Yeah.
I'm good, my bro. I appreciate it. I hope everything's all well with you. Big up Blue.
Norway versus Senegal. I can't wait for this captain to get a stinkering hooked. Can you imagine this
Who?
captain get Odegaard?
Norway, Senegal.
Norway versus Senegal. Odegaard's playing. Can you imagine the stinkering hooked from our captain? I'm gonna love it, bruv. You see, these Arsenal fan base are gonna still say that he's still one of our most important players. Can you imagine him getting a
These
bibli-
Arsenal-
What would be funnier, because it's a possibility of how the bracket is set up, is if Norway gets the United States and the United States knock out Norway. If Malik Tillman or Tyler Adams destroys Martin Odegaard, there should never be a debate again about why this asshole should not be on the team.
Nah,
I'll be
facts.
laughing, bro.
Facts.
If you
But
can
the way
vote
that I've heard from
Big up
some people,
Yusuf, my
Gianni.
guy.
Yeah, big up Yusuf.
Big up you,
The
sis.
thing that I've heard is that the third place team of either Qatar or Bosnia may play the U.S. in the next round in Levi Stadium in San Francisco. That's the way I saw,
I'd
that's
rather
what I
get
heard.
Qatar than
I'm
Bosnia.
surprised Lopetegui is the manager of Qatar. That's what I find a bit baffling.
Where else was he gonna go?
I'm just saying. I mean, I kind of find it a bit baffling.
Catholic, here's the thing. I don't know much about this manga kid. What I do know is this. As a Napoli fan and knowing how Michele has worked as the scout of Napoli, he has had very little misses as far as players that he scouted. So if he's saying that this young kid's got a lot of talent, I would believe him. You know, this is the same guy who has made the continual signings of and findings of the likes of Dries Mertens, Hamsik, Alan, you know, eventually developing Jorginho. You know, I think Michele is one of the best scouts in football. And I think the fact that Arsenal got him, I think that I would trust him. You know, this is the same guy that scouted Vara. It's the same guy that scouted Vara. It's the same guy who convinced Napoli to hold on to Lorenzo Insigne. I trust Michele. He knows what he's doing. So if the kid's good, I trust him. So but this is gonna be part of my, now that I'm back to, I'll be streaming again consistently, but I'm gonna look into this kid. But like I said, with the track record that Michele has, I trust his judgment. He's found way too many ballers over the years for Napoli, and is a big reason why Napoli has increased their ability to spend money from how he's been able to buy and then sell players for big money. So I think this kid may be good. There's another kid that we're linked to too. It's some left back, some 18-year-old left back from PSG. We're linked to. I guess he's only, like, his buyout clause is like $500K. It's like $500,000 is his buyout clause because he's 18, but he's supposed to have some real big upside to him from the PSG Youth Academy that I heard that we were linked to. So no, like I said, I trust Michele. Dembele, Mbappe, Olise is just,
that's what I mean. Like if they start that three, you can just about forget about it. I know France is not all that great defensively, but I mean, to be honest with you,
who's the partner to Saliba? Is it Upamecano?
Yeah,
believe
Upamecano
so.
is playing today. Yes.
Was that who was starting next to? See, Saliba and Upamecano doesn't fucking wow me like that anymore.
No, he doesn't.
He
doesn't want me.
He's got too many. Let me look at this bench.
Yeah, the France game's just about to start now. It's just kicked off.
See, I like, you know what? This is going to be funny. I like that Lacroix from Crystal Palace. I like him.
Yeah, he's decent though. Yeah, I like him.
I think he's a decent center back. Him,
Jesus, look at
Konate
this
had a
bench.
bad year, so I'm not too convinced about Konate. Lucas Hernandez is there, but See, that's the crazy thing. You got Dembele, Barcola, and Mbappe and Olise. You still have Cherki and Desiree Doué on the bench.
And Kante and Tchouameni and Mateta.
But Mateta's he's all right. He's all right. I'm not a big Mateta fan, but I think that's a very good bench, man. It's a very good bench.
That's a frightening bench.
Well, look who's here. Barcola's playing right now. He's just coming off the bench. Yeah, he's just running. He's going to run the ball out of play for a goal kick, man. The guy stinks, bro.
He's the French version of fucking Madueke.
Yeah, exactly.
4 hours.
So don't worry, but we won him at Arsenal because he's good at finishing. That's what we were told, that his finishing was good. That's why.
Who the fuck said that? His finishing is god awful.
I don't know, Johnny, but he scored against Senegal. They're still talking about his goal against Senegal, like, as if that's the best goal he's ever scored.
It's probably the only goal that he scored.
Yeah.
The guy can't fucking finish. That's why I don't understand why so many people are hyping him up.
But the guy outpaced Saliba in the Champions League final and still couldn't finish off his dinner. That
Yeah, exactly. He said keep him far away from us. Yeah, I don't want Barcola either. I don't listen, if you wanted to make a splash and you want a winger, right? If you wanted to move Eze to the bench, that means you got to get rid of Odegaard, right? So you get rid of Odegaard to drop Eze to the bench. You sign Rodgers as the number 10. At that point, from left wing, there's a ton of guys you could go after.
Yeah.
A ton of guys. You could go after Alex Baena from Atletico Madrid. You could go get Alberto Molero from Villarreal. There's the Turkish striker, the Turkish wingers like Akun and Yilmaz, although obviously with Turkey's fuck up in this World Cup, that's going to be cooled off because people ain't going to be looking at them guys, even though they're good players. But Barcola, no, man. That guy, Why the fuck do I want two Maduekes? Why the fuck would you want two Maduekes on the same team?
This is also that want to try and buy Rafael Leao, by the way. They're linked with Rafael Leao, by the way. That guy.
No, he's another guy. Absolutely not.
He's another version of Doku with pace. That's why he's just basically the Portuguese Jeremy Doku.
No, the problem with it, no, he's way better than Doku.
Who?
Leao's better than Doku. The problem is Leao going to show up? The problem with Leao is he's lazy.
Yeah.
Big up J Lux. Peace, bro. I hope you have a good night, my guy.
Big up J Lux, man.
Two Madueke. Yeah, that's what Barcola is. He's the French version of Madueke. He's the of Madueke.
He's the Madueke without the bandana, because Madueke always wears the bandana. Just take it off, man. You're not wrong.
Yeah, take it off. That's disrespectful to Ronaldinho.
Facts.
I think he wants to be Ronaldinho. That's what he wants to be.
But he's nowhere near Ronaldinho. That's the funny part.
Not even close, bro.
Ronaldinho will never be touched.
No.
Ronaldinho.
And neither will R9.
You don't think any player comes close to Ronaldinho? Not Neymar?
Or
as far
R9.
as dribbling skills, no.
Neymar?
And
Not his
even
flair?
R9, as far as his footballing ability and his athleticism. People forget R9 was massively athletic as well.
Here's the thing with Neymar. I think Neymar is the last of the I think the reason why so many people love Neymar is because Neymar is the last of the Mohicans of those Brazilian players. You don't really have those Brazilian street ballers anymore.
Nope.
Vinny cannot dribble like that. I'm sorry. I don't care who wants to argue it or not. Vinny Jr. is not even close to Neymar's level. Not even close. Not even close. The problem, like I said before, the problem that I have with Neymar is that had you left PSG and did what you set out to do, Neymar's in a different conversation of where I think he is. See, Neymar to me is the best of this new wave of Brazilian players. Neymar's not even close to the Romarios, Ronaldo Fenomeno, Rivaldo, Ronaldinho, Kaká, Robinho, and that's just that generation. We're not even getting into the 70s and 80s Brazilian boys because Pelé, Jarcinho, and all those guys would fucking slap the shit. If you put Pelé and Jarcinho in a time machine, they'll slap the fuck out of Neymar. So I think Neymar is hyped up because he's the last of the street footballers of Brazil, but still the level of Neymar is so much lower than Ronaldinho and those guys. That's just my opinion on it. I think Neymar, ball at his feet, Neymar is one of the best players of the recent era, if not top 5 of the best of the recent era as far as players. It's just, I remember what Brazil used to look like and play. Neymar couldn't get into those teams. In my opinion, I don't think he could.
You don't think he gets into the 2002 World Cup winning Brazilian team?
Fuck
no.
Hell
no way.
Hell no. Hell no. Not even close. He don't get into the 2016.
Wow.
He don't get in that 2006. He ain't better. Listen, the guy's an asshole for what he did, but skill-wise, he ain't better than Robinho. Not what Robinho used to be. Hell the fuck no. Not even freaking close.
Yeah.
Neymar's
Maybe-
best chance is trying to get into that 2010 Brazil squad.
I was gonna say that's like his last hope.
To get in there. And even then, he's only getting in there because of the freaking because of the fact that it was, I forgot, was it Wagner Love's bum ass that was the fucking striker for that team, along with Robinho and Kaká in that defensive formation that they played? I mean, Taryn, shout out to BBK because he has a very good fucking point. Dunga has really hurt them as far as the what's it called? The defensive mindset to go more to Hey, you got Gilberto Silva, Zé Roberto, Kaká, Emerson, Monero, Juninho, Ricardinho, and Ronaldinho on that 06 Brazil squad. That team was stacked.
Yeah, that team was stupid.
That team was stacked. Zé Roberto, if you've never seen him play, you should go watch Zé Roberto. Big up Toronto Gooner.
Big up Toronto Gooner.
Zé Roberto was a fucking beast of a player. Absolute beast of a player.
Yeah, just international football and just football in general is just not the same as it was 25, 30 years ago.
Absolutely not. Not even 25.
Yeah, maybe I'm being a little mean. I'd say 10 years. I'd say 15 years ago. Because 15 years ago would have been 2011, and that even then that football was amazing to what I'm watching now. And it's 2-0 France.
I think a goalkeeper must have made a mistake.
And Mbappe, please don't tell me he tied or broke the World Cup record, because I cannot have Mbappe breaking the record. I do not want Mbappe.
You don't like? Is it
No.
because of his attitude? Is it his ego?
He is just not the footballer that Lionel Messi is. He's not the footballer that R9 is. He's literally a P&P merchant. He could play in today's era, but he would not be able to play in eras past. No chance in hell.
Who would you take? I know this sounds a stupid question. Who would you take? Mbappe or Prime Thierry Henry? Who are you taking?
TT.
All day? Not even close?
Yes. No debate. TT.
Do you think that Mbappe would have a better career than Henry? Would he never have a better career than Henry? Would you think that he would have a better career than Henry? Or would you think that Mbappe would have a better career than Henry? Even if he wins 2 World Cups, do you still think that Henry's better than Mbappe?
Henry's miles, but I don't care. Kylian Mbappe won 5 World Cups. He doesn't lace TT's shoes.
Kylian Mbappe got a double. Jesus Christ. Listen, guys, I just got a call. I got an emergency at work, so I'm going to have to cut the stream
No,
short.
that's fine, man. That's fine.
Sorry.
No worries,
That's
man.
fine, Gianni, my man.
I appreciate you guys hopping on. We're going to be having another call-in show later in the week.
Fire.
So probably Thursday night. So I'll let you guys know about that. And then, yeah, appreciate all you guys. Appreciate everybody in the chat. Appreciate the raid from BBK and everything else. Appreciate everybody that stopped by. Lynch, Toronto, J Lux, everybody. Appreciate it. I just got to run to work, man. Sorry, guys.
No
That's
worries.
fine.
Yeah, you
That's
got to
fine.
do what you got to do, man.
Just take your time. Take your
You
time.
guys, I appreciate your guys' time. And yeah, that's about it. Hope everybody has a great day.
Have a good
Sounds
day.
good.
Yeah, you too, Gianni.